Thanks. Hey, Mal, is your booty hole brown?
You should just do the slate, like reslate it. Let's get a fresh start.
Like a new slate?
Yeah.
Start over.
A new
start
slate?
over. Like, let's redo.
So Eddin wants to know if my booty hole is brown.
That's not how I said it.
That was really the start?
Yeah, why can't
Can we
say
definitely let's go back to the old way. Because we're not starting out with you asking if more. No, come on. Restart. Reset. Hey.
Wait.
Reset. Take 2.
Hey, Mal, is your booty hole brown?
All right.
NewRoryNMal.
Welcome to a new episode of NewRoryNMal podcast. This gang is in here horny as usual today.
How does that make me horny?
I mean, you asking the man if his booty is brown?
That makes me weird, not horny.
It might be
Horny and...
You could be weird and
weird.
horny. Both 2 things can be true.
And who's horny on a Monday?
You never been horny on a Monday?
This early in the day?
It's not that
I could see like on the wake up
3:00.
maybe, but this is definitely Monday.
2:14.
Early afternoon hours are not horny hours. That you may have a problem hours.
You never
Why
fucked
are
on
you
a Monday?
horny at work?
Look at you.
Yo, so question, do you have to get a girl that you're dating, if she has a kid, do you have to get her something for Mother's Day?
Yes.
Yes.
What?
It's a package deal. You have to raise the kid too and pay for its college.
Doesn't it depend on how long you guys have been dating?
And mentor the kid and like help him on his left hand.
Yeah.
Like take him to the park.
And respect her hanging out with the father.
Well, first of all, happy Mother's Day and to all the mothers in the world, all the good mothers, all you other ones that just drop your kid off to the grandmother. Fuck y'all.
Sometimes that's being a good mother.
But
No,
let's
it's not.
focus on the good mothers, because I hate when on Father's Day when people talk about shitty fathers or
Love
talk about
great mothers. Love moms.
Let's celebrate great mothers.
There's nothing like a great mom.
Yeah,
Great mothers are, just God's angels, God's workers.
that is true.
Shout out Caitlyn Jenner.
And I can't ask if your booty hole's brown?
Yeah, so shout out to all the great
It's
moms.
just off to an insane start. And by the way, that Caitlyn Jenner is an awful parent. Like completely ran away from the first family as a father, then didn't. You had an opportunity to be a father and then a mother, and you blew the second option too.
Yeah, and she killed someone.
Is Caitlyn Jenner trying to reverse the gender now back to a man? Like, I have read that. I don't know how true that was.
I'm sure Sean Hannity said that, in whatever evidence Fox has that all people that transition end up wanting to go back and then kill themselves.
No, I'm sure.
I've seen those right-wing talking points. But anyways, shout out to all the mothers out there. Shout out to everyone. My love is with you. If you had a rough Mother's Day and could not celebrate or did not want to celebrate, our love is with you as well. But yeah, if you guys want to get back to booty holes, I'm down with that as well.
But to answer your question, if you are dating a woman who is a mother and you've been dating her, like if you would get her a birthday gift, if y'all are close enough where you get her a birthday gift, you could send her flowers for Mother's Day or a card or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Yeah, something like that is.
Yeah. There's
I think that's standard though.
this misconception that you're only supposed to celebrate your own mother on Mother's Day. And I'm like, no.
I know a lot of mothers though. That's tough to make those rounds.
Group
Like
chat.
everyone, and the group text.
chat.
I hate group text holiday shit. Like that's always been annoying
That's
to me.
whack.
Mother's Day, I kind of understand. But the Thanksgiving, don't text me.
I texted my best friend from college. He just had a kid, Freddie. You guys met him, and his wife. So they're like 2 months in. Texted her happy first Mother's Day.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
It's always cool to see like the first mothers, like their first Mother's Day, like on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, they're like really like excited. Like they finally get like a happy Mother's Day.
And what's funny is the kid can't even really celebrate them as a mother.
And we don't even know if she's a good mom yet. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
we don't-
trial run.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
no,
it's
don't
like-
do that. They delivered the baby.
Oh, that's
that,
it.
that can be offensive.
That's
to
where it
them, sorry.
stops.
Well, it's a good start.
That's a great start. Yeah.
Delivering it is a great start.
It gets the ball rolling, at least to the
Gets the
second,
ball
third,
rolling.
Yeah,
fourth,
but
and fifth Mother's Day.
sometimes that ball, they don't roll no further than that though. Sometimes it stops like right there. Like as soon as they leave the hospital, it's like
The ball goes flat.
Are you back? You in the club like 2 weeks later? Like what?
Yeah.
Didn't we just say we were not going to bash mothers?
No. We love moms. I love moms. I'm just saying like it's some out there that they celebrate Mother's Day a little too. It's like you could, you know what I mean? Like don't post too much.
You guys think Chance did
Look at you
anything?
being Mother's Day policing.
No, I'm just saying like
What
it's
the fuck?
some mothers that you like, yo, come on, yo. Like you happy Mother's Day, but that's where it stops. Niggas
Well,
ain't reposting you.
I figured it'd be a very, very, very busy day for you. Not in the sense that you think, but some of the women that you put money bags under, I'm sure, posted their mothers, who may have attractive mothers, and in a lot of cases, probably some young mothers still.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a lot more follow buttons? Did you catch on to like a whole new wave of 40 plus women that you can now put money bags under? Because these new chicks, their moms have Instagram. My mom has Facebook. I'm from that era.
Yeah.
These chicks now, their mothers have IGs and thousands of followers and OnlyFans.
I followed my mom on Facebook like 2 weeks ago.
So no mom money bags.
I mean, happy Mother's Day.
Flowers and a money bag together.
No,
like maybe a combination.
A money bag on the M of Mother's Day.
You try not to put money bags on the mom's pictures. Like
that's where you draw the line.
It can get a little weird.
That's where your morals on the money bags.
Why is that weird?
Because people make it weird if they see it. They like, oh, this nigga trying to holler at her mom. It's like, I'm not trying to holler at anybody.
But then you can use the same excuse like, oh, if it was a car, I'd put it too. You can compare her mom to a car.
Like, that's the car.
It's just weird when it's the mom. It's like it just reads a little different.
Have you ever put money bags under Bernice's pictures?
Who?
Of course.
That's a grandmother.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So is it not weird there?
But Bernice and I are like the same age.
Yeah, but I'm sure you've probably ran into her daughter by accident in the same venue.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, you're still putting money bags under her mother's photo.
But I've never put money bags under her photo.
I guess.
You see what I'm saying?
I suppose.
Yeah.
Demaris, you speak for all women, but don't have kids.
Thank you, Demaris.
Are you expecting Mother's Day text messages from,
I thought you were about to say, are you expecting? I'm about to be like,
and also, are you expecting?
No, I am not expecting.
Okay. Congrats. Oh.
Thank you. No, congrats on the not expecting. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But
when you gonna have kids, Demaris?
You said what?
When you gonna have kids? You thinking about it?
When would you like to have kids?
Y'all gonna give me paid paternity leave? Maternity leave?
That's what determines if you have kids or not?
I'm just asking when you
that's
kids.
most a lot of women take that into consideration.
No, I'm just asking.
You don't have a man. Why is the
plan on
paternity
having
leave a
kids?
concern?
You think
that was not a slight?
And I know
tax code, you're not in a relationship.
W2.
You don't think I have people that
want
to impregnate me?
That's not.
Wouldn't you want to be in a relationship with
look what
them?
she's trying to do.
Of course she's trying to do. Of course. We know that there's men out there that will absolutely.
Like, got me
no, but I'm saying I know you wouldn't want that to be the case. You'd want to be in a relationship.
You would want a family. You wouldn't just want a baby, Demaris. So yes, I'm positive there's dudes out here that will absolutely shoot the club up.
They left me plenty of voicemails.
And don't do that, because I noticed the timing in which you put out the thirst traps this weekend. You were looking real fertile on that bed.
Ew.
I know what you were doing.
You posted a photo on a bed for Mother's Day? That's what you was doing?
It was some thirst trapping that was happening this weekend.
I posted a picture from my birthday of last year on my close friends.
Well, that was the close friends? All right. I thought that was for everybody.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh, Demaris want a kid.
You see, no.
Kid shit was in the air. It was Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe she was like, anyone that didn't.
Do y'all feel like that though during Mother's Day? Do y'all get the urge to like
have a kid?
Damn, yo, I didn't even get the question out. She just like, no. Like y'all don't get that.
When I read all the men saying, thank you so much for holding it down. You give your blood, sweat, and tears, and you work so hard. And I just want to thank you on this one day. No, I don't say, you know what? Maybe I want this to become my situation. No, I'm all set, actually.
No, well, not like a single mom, but like.
No, they be in relationships still being single moms. That's a whole thing.
Yeah, so
and relationships being a single mom.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
There are plenty of women in relationships being a single mother.
They wake
up next to their boyfriend, husband, man, whatever. They wake up, they get up, they get the kids dressed, they get the kids ready, they get the kids to school, they go to work, they come home, they cook dinner for the kids, they do the kids' homework, they get the kids ready for bed. Yes.
Well,
and it's single motherhood.
The man is living his soft life. Well, you have to respect that.
King.
Well,
he's in his soft life.
Who's paying the bills?
Didn't I just say she go to work too?
Well, I mean, that doesn't mean she's paying the bills. Well, she can go to work and not be paying bills.
I'm sure she's paying bills.
No, I'm saying
she's paying something.
I know women that go to work and don't pay bills.
That's a lot of women.
That's true, but if you have a bunch of kids and you're doing all that, you might as well just like be a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, most women would want to be a. Then again, I don't know, because as you like really,
most women will want to be a what?
Like most women would not mind being stay-at-home moms, like that can just drop the kids off, go to yoga, go get a latte, go shopping, then get back to school to pick up the kids in time to go like take them to soccer practice.
That's common
like
too.
Most women wouldn't mind that if the bills are paid.
But see, that stay-at-home momness comes when your kids are like significantly older.
Yeah, like 5, 6.
When your kid, for the hours that your kids are at school, you can just go to yoga or get a latte, because if your kids are under the age of, I want to say like 14, you're cleaning the fuck up after them and getting the house back together so that by the time they come home, they can fuck it up again.
No, after they're 14, you have to clean up all like the nut rags because they're learning.
Yeah, you got to be. You cannot.
I think 14-year-olds are way nastier, to be honest. Yeah. You would probably take the dirty.
Well, it's nasty if you have a 14-year-old that's not cleaning up behind themselves.
My niece is 8, 9.
Well, clearly her husband won't even dress the kids or bring them to school or anything.
And I'm not saying that like, but
Who do you think his
there are a lot of
offspring would
women
be
who
very
live that
responsible?
life. There are a lot of women who live that life, who live with men, and they are still single mothers.
Well, they should like maybe bring something up like, hey, do you mind like clothing your children or like taking them to school? Like, what is the guy doing all day in this specific relationship?
If you see me, I understand what you're saying, and I'm completely
He's on
like,
FanDuel.
I'm quick.
That's
Exactly.
Trying to
I'm
flip,
Trying to make ends meet?
he trying to flip that check. He on
I'm quick
FanDuel.
to open my mouth and like
Parlay
say
over
what I
kids?
need. But a lot of times when you're in a relationship with somebody, if you see me struggling with something, and this doesn't even have to just be kids, this is period. If you see me struggling with something and you know something needs to be done, why do I have to ask you to do it?
A lot of people lack that self-awareness, though.
Yeah.
It's pretty common, unfortunately.
It is. But not only that, like a lot of the times I think women are in relationships with men that either never were taught that, so they don't know. But I do think that you should have that talk. Like if you're doing stuff, everything for the kids, and your man or your boyfriend, husband, whatever is not doing anything, I think that you would have a conversation, right? You would address it with him like, yo, I need some help, like whatever. Like when I'm getting the kids dressed, you can take them to school, whatever. Like something, I mean, it's a 50-50 thing. Like it goes both ways. I don't think that a woman should just sit by and just let a man not do anything. That's just absolutely crazy.
Well, a lot of men think that that's women's jobs. Like that's your job.
No, that's parents. That's not a
You have
woman.
And I could see if she's not working and that's y'all agreement, like you do that, I get ready for work, come back, and vice versa. But she's working too. Yeah, she should probably speak up and be like, hey, you have kids here. I have to go to work too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just interesting to see the moms on social media that you didn't even know was a mom. I admire that though. I admire when women don't just put their kids on social media
Oh,
like
for
that.
sure.
It's
Like, I
not.
admire that.
It's not that. I admire the women I've been following for a while, and then like high school graduation comes around. Not so much Mother's Day. I'm like, you have an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Like that's what blows my mind. Come summertime when their kids are graduating high school, I'm like, you have had a full teenager.
No, that's a real thing. Like a girl that I was dating years ago, like we still follow each other on social media. And like I knew her when her kid, like her sons were like little.
Yeah.
Seeing them now, I'm like, wait, that's not the same kid that was like running around in the background on FaceTime. Like that's not the same kid.
That does kind of put things in like weird perspective when you realize how long you've been on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
Facebook per se, I pretty much only friended or followed whatever the fuck Facebook was of people I knew. Twitter was the first social media shit that I was like following complete fucking strangers just because their tweets were funny.
Mhm.
But we stayed in contact on Twitter, and they had a kid year 2 of Twitter. And now that kid is fucking like 16. And it's like, I've watched your kid grow up from Twitter pictures.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I've been on this app way too fucking long. And clearly neither of us have changed at all.
like one of her
Our tweets have not changed at all.
like but it's like one of her sons like graduated college.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've known you that long. Like to
Shit is
where
wild.
one of your kids have graduated college. It's crazy. I found my mom's Instagram
Her
over the weekend.
like a real one or like
It's
a
her
Finsta?
real Instagram. But the crazy part is like she's following me, so I'm like, damn, my mom's following me. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Follow her back. She still hasn't accepted my request yet.
Wow.
She probably don't even know how to access.
She called me though because I followed her on Facebook like a month ago.
Mm.
She called me like, yo, I didn't want to accept it because I didn't know if that was really you. I'm like, well, who is it?
That's fair. I mean, you'd be surprised.
You'd be
You don't think you got
surprised.
fake accounts?
On Facebook?
Yeah.
I
Probably.
don't think so.
Facebook
I know
probably
MySpace
has the
fake
most fake accounts.
Who has time to create a fake Facebook
A low life
account?
Scammers.
You talking about people on the internet?
Scammer,
Like,
yeah.
Scammers.
What are you like? I just don't understand. What would you be doing? I'm not even active on Facebook.
Like a fake account.
Yeah,
I'll be
but
like,
that's
yo,
the
man,
thing.
I fuck with your music. Let me play it on the pod for $300.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You could be getting women's citizenship
Yeah.
based off money bags. You may not even know it. You should
I
file
sh-
your taxes
I
this
would-
year and see how many dependents you have.
I would be getting women what?
Citizenship.
Yeah.
Or for being on Facebook?
Yeah.
It's true.
Watch 90 Day Fiance. It's all there.
Listen, as long as that nothing pop up on my social security number, I wouldn't give a fuck who has a fake account.
Mm.
Tax said they gotta call your Tax Stone, shout out to him, said they gotta call your money bags into question the
Wow.
review.
Who got to call my money bags in the
I
question?
did see Tax was
said.
talking about you on the timeline quite a bit over the weekend regarding the money bags.
Oh, was he?
Started out with credit suggesting that she's not bad unless you've dropped at least 10,000 money bags under her photo.
Yeah.
And then says, so Maul's money bags are under investigation for harassment and solicitation.
It's a tough word. It's okay. Listen, I can't read.
It's a big word for Elmo. Yeah.
Fuck you guys. Many of Maul's supporters have stated that these money bags have ended in maestros, butter cake, and nightcaps. Others claim they've ended with annoyance and aggressive direct messages from significant others. You
Okay,
care to
speak
comment?
to this, please. On Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah, that, first of all, shout out to Tax, man. I hope he's in great. He seems like he's in great spirits. If he's talking about Maestro's butter cake, he's probably missing that. Those were some of his nights, definitely. It's weird with the money bag shit because people they just assume that they see the money bags under a comment and they take that and think that I'm DMing the girl, and I'm like. No,
but you have DM'd some girls.
You do that in hopes she'll DM you so you don't look like you're.
A lot of the times, the women will DM me, and they'll be like, "Oh shit, I got my first money bag," shit like that, just funny shit. Or
Just
yo, what does the money bag represent? Like a lot of women just want to know, and I'm just like, I've answered this. I don't know how many times.
Yeah,
already.
it's life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
That's
It's
fucking
just
hilarious.
like, yo, listen, good picture. You know,
I seen you
Good
under some
picture.
single
blessings
mothers.
and abundance.
I seen you under some single mothers pictures, vacation.
Oh yeah,
Leave a money bag.
oh yeah. The single moms, they deserve the most blessings.
I was gonna say that.
and praise.
I see you stopped addressing things at butter cake, and I feel like there's a whole other sentence that you completely ignored there. Others claim they've ended with annoyance and aggressive direct messages
I just
from
said
significant
the
others.
DMs. I just spoke about that.
I don't think he's saying in
aggressive
regards
direct
to you.
messages from significant others.
I think
You be
significant
getting
others
beat
have
up by
reached
a
out to
man.
you.
Oh, like Oh yeah.
That's what he suggested.
Oh yeah,
not you.
I've had some boyfriends DM me. I usually those I ignore because it's like, what am I gonna say to that?
And I've always wondered what the man
If you're
that's
at the
sending
point in
that.
your
What do you think's gonna happen?
This is what I'm saying. If you're at the point in your relationship where you have to DM another man on social media about leaving money bags under your girl's picture,
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
where you at really in
probably
your
break it off.
relationship? Where you at in your relationship?
Yeah.
And as a man, for the most part, we think we know men and what responses are going to be.
Mhm.
Does that guy really think someone's be like, "Oh, my bad, bro. I'll leave your girl alone"?
Yeah, I just it's
He's probably going to screenshot this, send it to her, and now him and your girl are going to laugh at you.
That's awkward.
And then she's probably going to like him more.
That's
Yeah.
why it's a slippery slope when you as a man approach another man about something that now if I'm under your girl's picture with hard eyes and blowing kisses and things like that, then I can understand.
I still don't what would that
No, but
what would that solve?
But that it's not that it would solve anything, but that's more so of a direct, like, okay, clearly you are like, you have some type of lust in your eyes for my girl.
But do I know this person?
No, and that's when it's really nasty.
Because like if it's someone I really know, I would hit them like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Like,
if you know,
that's some weirdo shit.
that goes without saying.
But
If
I'm
you know
saying-
a person, absolutely. But if not, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Just what?
Let's say I even know of them and don't know them personally. Let's say it's someone of notoriety that I've, either seen around or know of. I'm still not, what do I think that's going to solve?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be like, oh, damn, my bad, bro. Didn't look at it that way.
I didn't see it that way.
Like, oh yeah, let me go delete that.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. People put too much.
Do you win in your ego in that regard? Because that would make my ego feel worse.
People just put too much stock into social media, and I get it. That is how a lot of people meet and how a lot of people get into relationships these days. But I think you just have to do a better job at just understanding like who you're approaching about social media. Like me, I'm not trying to talk to your girl, bro. I promise you, I'm not.
If Maul does, just DM him the blicky, just like John Morant.
The water gun.
Let him know what time it is.
Yo,
The airsoft gun from Target.
Listen, I saw the video of John Morant came out yesterday, right around the time I think the Celtics game was on. And I thought it was fake. I saw John Morant suspended. He's now suspended from all team activities for there's no timetable. They just said he's indefinitely suspended. And then I saw the video. And then I start, I'm like, not again. This has to be old. This is like an old video that popped up. Like this can't be some new shit.
Live.
You mean you thought you believed his response of taking accountability and then taking some time away to really understand his faults and what he did wrong?
Listen, I just thought that after everything John Morant went through, he lost, I think, $39 million because he didn't make an All-NBA team, which is probably the direct result of him being suspended.
Yeah.
He seems like he comes from a good family, good parents. Me and his dad are around the same age, which is crazy. But He seems like
he
he
put
comes
money
from
bags under his mother's picture.
Wow.
Okay.
his family looks like because I see a lot of people like, oh, his dad is too much of a friend and he's too busy hanging out at the games and kicking it with rappers and things like that. Like, that doesn't mean that his dad is not in the house absolutely cursing Ja the fuck out. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're gonna blow it. You're gonna throw all of this away. Like, stop being stupid. Stop being childish. It's a lot of responsibility that comes when you put the NBA logo on. Then I seen people in the comments talking about, yo, but if it's registered and it's a legal gun, then listen, man, you can, just because you have a legal gun doesn't mean you flash it and wave it in the camera.
Right.
Like, that's just stupid. When you are wearing the NBA logo, when you are representing the NBA team, an NBA franchise, there are certain things that you just have to abide by. You cannot be waving a gun on camera. The NBA does not want that. They do not want any of their NBA brands to be affiliated with somebody like that. And I don't know how hard that is to understand. I just don't understand why Ja feels the need to be listening to this music and turning up like he's some gangster and he's some street dude and he's flashing a gun and all of this. It's just corny, dumb shit that's going to cost you your career. You have the world in your hands. You're one of the brightest stars in the NBA. You're one of the best young athletes, best young players in the world. And you're going to throw it all away because you are so busy wanting to be on social media, waving a pistol, trying to seem like you cool, trying to seem like you down with the streets and you can identify with these lyrics that you're rapping.
Run around like he Pac.
Just cut it. Just stop. Because see, what happens is, people say, oh, we too hard on Ja, or it's a legal gun and it's this, that. All right, so what happens now when the NBA says, you know what, you are banned from the league?
And that's where my stance is. The
like,
first time,
what happens?
First time, it was corny to me. It was stupid, but all right. He made a mistake. It happens. It was a really stupid one. He got his punishment. He apologized. Is what it is. I think it's cool to move on. People make mistakes. At this point, he deserves anything he gets. I don't care about the Second Amendment. I don't care about any of that. He knows you cannot flash a gun if you play in the NBA, registered or not.
It's just...
This is also a bigger issue. If he didn't get that clear message off the first one, if I'm a coach, an owner, run the league, clearly he doesn't listen or understand how serious things can get.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to get far the fuck away from this kid. Because if he doesn't know after you already got suspended for flashing a gun in a camera not to do it again, what is the next thing Ja Morant is going to do if he can't get that through his head? A simple thing of not being in the car with your mans and flashing a gun on Instagram.
It's just, you know what it is, Rory, man? Like, and this is where the difference in us culturally comes in to question a lot. I don't remember ever seeing a white athlete wave a gun in a camera. Maybe it happened. I'm not saying it didn't. We've seen white athletes get, DUIs. We've seen white athletes get suspended for,
domestic shit. Yeah,
domestic shit, illegal substances, whatever thing. Why in our culture do we have to continue to do shit that we know is not good for us? It's not for the better of our career. Like, it's like we want to be accepted so bad and we want to do all of this dumb shit when it's going to cost us so much. Like, I just don't understand why Ja feels like, listen to NBA Youngboy, listen to whoever you want, love the music, love the coach, all of that. But just understand that there's a certain level of responsibility that comes with you because of who you are, because of what you represent, because of the team that is paying you hundreds of millions of dollars to play basketball. There's certain things that you just cannot engage in. You can't be riding around in the car with your boys waving a gun. That's just something, I don't know why that's even so hard to just adhere to and just like, okay, we can't have no guns. Get higher security. If you feel like you need to have a gun on you, higher security.
It's not about that. It's not about that.
I'm just saying I don't know what it's about. Yeah. I'm just saying if you feel like you have issues in the streets and you feel like I'm wearing all this jewelry and, people might try to run up on me and try to rob me. If you feel like that, higher security.
This is just to be flashy, though.
There was a video of a brick baby.
Dude, carry a gun if you know how to handle it.
If it's legal, you have a license for it. Great.
I'm never going to tell someone not to protect themselves if you know how to handle a gun.
I'm not here to tell Ja Morant not to protect himself.
Instagram live going like this.
I'm just saying you listening to, NBA YoungBoy or whoever you're listening to, I know how to, and this goes back to a deeper conversation when people try to say that the music doesn't influence behavior. It absolutely does.
It does.
I didn't know. I go back to when I was a kid. I didn't know what a 40 ounce was until I listened to Snoop.
Same.
I didn't know what none of that. I didn't know what chronic. I didn't know a lot of that shit. I didn't know what pills was until I heard Eminem rapping about it. Really, that wasn't a part of our culture.
I started drinking coffee because I heard Eminem talk about it.
This is what I'm saying. The
up.
music directly influences our actions and our behaviors. Because I guarantee you, if Ja Morant was a big Anita Baker fan, he wouldn't be waving no gun on Instagram Live. If he was listening to Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, if he was listening to, I don't know, any other rapper that's not rapping with that message, he would not be, and call it what you want. I'm from the culture. I can speak on it. If he wasn't so entrenched in these lyrics and in this music, he would not be caught up in this shit.
Well, let me ask you, is it also a generational thing? Because the generation above Ja, Gilbert Arenas, had a gun in the locker room.
Mm-hmm. And even he wasn't waving it on the camera.
Of course. We definitely know athletes have carried guns before. They've been caught with them. Plaxico shot himself. Like, athletes have carried weapons before. We've never seen, that I can remember, an athlete even flash, like not even Ron Artest before Meta World was flashing guns and cameras. But we kind of knew what time it was with certain athletes. Is it a generational thing now? Because plenty of kids your age had guns. They just didn't flash them. Had they had the opportunity to have Instagram Live and be in the generation of now, I think people from your era would be doing this too. Mine as well. It was just a different time. Rap music wasn't like some, all peachy, everyone love everyone, no guns. It was still violent.
Listen, Rory,
it's just a different time.
No.
But it's also what people are chasing. Like, first of all, you have a young athlete who is clearly having identity issues.
Sure.
He doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know who he wants to be. He's just trying to figure it out. He's young. He has all this money. He has all this access. He has all this opportunity. So he's trying to figure it out. But the reason why this is so serious is because we know how this story can unfortunately end.
For sure.
I know what this 30 for 30 can look like. I know what this story can look like. I know where Ja Morant could end up if he keeps going down this road. Yeah. It's like, bro, you bring in the energy and you bring in an attention to yourself that is not going to end good for you. It's okay to not have no weapons and just be a great athlete, a great basketball player, and make millions of dollars and take care of your family and live in nice communities and give back to the community. Like, you can still listen to, if you want to turn up to YoungBoy you can still do all of that, but don't have it to where now you think that you are living these lyrics and you think that you are this person that it's okay to be this great NBA player. I promise you it is. But you're looking at a young kid that is clearly going to end up in a very bad situation because just 2-3 months ago, you were suspended for the same thing. And now here you are again, which means you don't give a fuck. And I know how that can be when these young players have a lot of money. You feel like you're untouchable. You feel like the rules don't apply. You feel like you can just pay your way out of any situation. You feel like you're bigger than the game. Let me tell you something. There is an NBA draft every year, which means there's somebody else that's coming in, that's playing, that's going to battle you for your spot, that's not going to be on Instagram waving guns, that's going to be very marketable for the NBA, that's going to be this clean-cut, great athlete that the NBA loves and wants to market. So now you will quickly find yourself in a situation where, okay, we gave you how much? 100 and something million, 200 million? We'll take the loss. You're now suspended from the team and definitely don't come back. The NBA will eat that. They'll eat the 200 million with no problem. But you'll be overseas somewhere, and the only time we'll see you is on House of Hoops, or one of these highlight pages on Instagram. Like, damn, he should still be in the NBA.
And don't go to play in Russia and flash a gun. It'd be a little different.
But this is what I'm saying. It's just, we gotta, and I've seen a lot of rappers speaking out about it, and I don't want it to seem like, we just jumping on that, but I had to say something because we know how this story ends. We've seen it with other athletes. We've seen when they go down this road of, alcohol, drugs, or whatever, and how it ends. This is just Ja going down the road of, I clearly want to be somebody I'm not. I clearly want to, portray this lifestyle that I'm not living, that I don't have to be a part of. because I want some clout and I want people. I just don't. And that's the other thing. I'm trying to figure out, why is he doing it? Like, what do you get from waving a gun on social media? Like, what does that do? Like, does that attract the girls?
Clout, yeah.
Does that make the girls like you more? Nigga, you're Ja Morant. You're making $200 million. The girls love you already.
It has nothing to do with anybody else, as much as he may think it is. That's all validation that he needs from himself. At the end of the day, he seen the camera, he pulled the gun out for the camera.
Yeah.
The gun was chilling, minding its gun ass business.
Yeah.
He sat up there, saw the camera, and was like, "Look, guys," and his friend
But you know why?
friend moved quicker than a nigga with a wife and a side bitch. He moved that phone.
But you know
so
why
quick.
though? Because if you look at it, the waving the gun thing, that's part of the aesthetic of the music and the videos now. So subconsciously, he's doing what he's seeing in these videos. Like,
I think he's old enough to understand that that's just
Bro, that's a different level of stupid. Yeah. I know little hood niggas that have nothing to lose.
It's
that
not
when
about,
they see a camera, they're like, "Yo, why the fuck you got that gun out from the camera? You wild and you want some."
It's not about being. It's not about being old enough. I just think that Ja is literally he's dealing. It's an identity.
It's a huge identity crisis.
It's an identity thing. It's like he's still, because we look at it like, bro, you playing for the Memphis Grizzlies, you got all this money. Like, this is who you are.
You're
like, be this.
Yeah.
But internally, as we've seen a lot of athletes say before, because see, basketball is so easy for Ja. He can roll out of bed and go in any gym and get 30.
Yeah.
That's easy for him. He doesn't, we looking at it like you have to train, you have to, treat your body a certain way to go out there and perform. He's looking at it like, nigga, I eat McDonald's, go to sleep, wake up and go get 30.
Shit,
like,
imagine if he did train.
Yeah, like I don't need to work out. So we looking at a kid that basketball comes easy for him. He's just a natural athlete. It's the other things now though, when you become a product and you become a player for an organization like the NBA, you have to adhere to these. You can't be waving no guns. You can't talk a certain way on social media. You can't portray yourself in public a certain way. These are just, and this is not a hard ask. It's like, bro, you just put the gun down.
Does he have any friends in the NBA? Because he needs to get friends that are on the same wavelength.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, but it's not. See, again, because I've seen a lot of people trying to blame, the dad. And listen, I've had people that I directly was next to that was in the same situation, and I'm telling them, like, bro, chill. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. When you have money and you have more money than somebody that's trying to, like, show you, like, yo, bro, don't move that way. Move this way. Like, stay out of it. Most times, people don't want to hear nothing from somebody when they have more money than them. That's just the ego thing.
Does he have any friends that are in the NBA? Like,
but even if they're in the NBA, they're not him. He's one of the biggest stars in the league.
But in the same
that's where
way,
the yes men culture gets weird, because someone could have people that are not yes men around them. They still have to listen to those people.
Still have to listen to them.
You could give your man's the best advice ever, tell him he's bugging, he's wilding flat out. He could also respect your opinion.
But as soon as he's alone,
until he do it.
As soon as he's alone with that phone
and that gun,
it's like once you hit, the Instagram live button, and I'm home, and I could talk to you for 10 hours and show you every example of why you should not be doing this.
And my opinion, after you do that, is clearly not what you were seeking in any form of advice or validation. Because maybe 11-year-old kids in the suburbs will say Ja's with it, but everyone else across the league and his peers are saying, Ja, you look stupid. No one is now like, damn, Ja with it.
But
I should steer
but in the same way in which LeBron was able to, and best example, but there's others obviously, to take his friends from Akron and he's put them all in places to succeed and do well. Mm-hmm. Why? I get it. Like, not everyone can get to that level, but why is it that Ja, he's obviously close with who he believes that, let's say these are his close friends. Let's say these are really his guys. Mm-hmm. Just do the blueprints there. Like, you can take them, give them jobs.
Let's simplify.
Get them out.
Let's simplify it, Julian. Sometimes if you have to tell someone like Ja Morant twice not to flash a gun into an Instagram camera, he's not Rich Paul.
Like, no, I think
you can give everyone the advice, friends, this, that. Sometimes it's so simple to who that person is. Fuck a blueprint, fuck a system, fuck advice. If you have to tell someone, and I have a lot of sympathy and empathy for young people that get a lot of money, attention, fame early. Absolutely. I have so much for it. Mistakes, I don't think they should be defined by. Mm-hmm. But certain things that if you have to tell them twice, maybe they're just that.
No, Ja's a fucking idiot. I don't want that to get lost, but I do agree with Mal. It's a complete identity crisis. But he wants to appeal himself to people he has nothing in common with.
But that's why, and that's one of the reasons why you know, as great as a player as LeBron is, I always say he's a greater just person.
He's built a fucking school.
Because he was able to come from the inner cities of Akron, Ohio, right? And you surround yourself with people, but not only that, he listened to the people around him that he knew cared about him. He listened to the people around him, he empowered them, and he knew early that if we do this thing together, we can go places that no other athlete has gone as far as the business is concerned. We can do things and knock down these barriers that other athletes have not been able to knock down. But it takes for LeBron to listen and to trust the people around him in order for him to become the player he is, the business mogul that he is, to become the billion-dollar athlete that he is. That does not happen if he doesn't listen to the people that have his best interests at heart. The thing with Ja is he can have the right people around him, but is he going to listen to these people? Is he going to actively say, you know what? You're right. I'm done. I'm not doing that. I got to carry myself a different way. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't see that in him right now.
Not yet, no. But the NBA is full of older players, veterans, even LeBron himself. I don't want to make LeBron have to like take him on as like a little brother thing, but the NBA is full of people that are actually from those neighborhoods that Ja wants to be a part of, that actually had to live that life at some point, got out, are living comfortably and made a career of life and put other people, raise their level of income as well. Like, he doesn't have to go far to find someone to connect with. So I don't expect Ja to take initiative, but I hope that there are players in the NBA that do reach out, not publicly, just like one of the OGs been in the league for like 10, 15 years.
But I'm sure they have. Yeah. When he got suspended, he sat down with Jalen Rose. And if you know the story of Jalen Rose, he got caught in a crack house when he was getting drafted.
Yeah.
He got caught literally buying crack in a crack house.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, is it a violent thing? No, but it's still a thing that the NBA doesn't want to be a part of. Yeah. And Jalen Rose's career could have went a whole different way had that incident not happened and he learned from it and started conducting himself in a different manner. So you give the interview to Jalen Rose, you sit down one-on-one with him, somebody who was there before you, who was a collegiate star, who was a star in the NBA, who had a great career now. He's doing great on television. This is somebody that can show you like, bro, you got to change what you're doing. You got to switch up your energy, you got to switch up your frequency, because the way you headed right now, the NBA it's a draft every year. They will find somebody to start in your position.
Yeah, they don't care.
The NBA, one season and the entire league will forget that you ever existed, because it's another draft with another young kid that jumps high, that flies high, that's exciting, that's fun to watch. It's like the NBA doesn't need you, Ja Morant. Like, you need the NBA. The NBA does not need you. And I think that's an ego thing that a lot of these players have when they feel like they're that good to where, oh, I'm indisposable. Like, no, the NBA can't get rid of me. No, I promise you, the NBA can and will get rid of you if you keep going down this road.
But that's why I think like LeBron is a terrible example, because he is such a once in a lifetime person when you have that type of athletic talent plus the type of mind off court.
Yeah.
Like, that's what separates. We've seen, what was dude that was above LeBron in high school? They put a doc out about him.
Lenny Cook,
just as athletic as LeBron, but drastically different mind states. That's like what separates. We've even seen it like with artists too. You've sat with artists in studios that are putting, they're new, they're putting music out, and you're like, oh, I fuck with it. Let me see what they're working on. And then you meet them, you're like, oh, he's gonna go far because of the conversation we had. I could tell he has a plan,
you can see it.
A good head on his shoulder.
Yeah.
It's different. Like, he could have played me nothing today, and I could tell he's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Then there's been times where artists have put out incredible music, and I've met them, I'm like, damn, I don't think this is gonna last very long. Just because he kind of caught a lick with this moment in music the same way some people catch a lick in just being born with amazing athleticism. That can only take you so far.
It's everything else. It's everything else away from your talent that's going to keep you there. Your talent will get you there, but it's the person that you are. It's your personality. It's the way you carry yourself. It's your morals and things like that that keep you in that type of environment. And, unfortunately for Ja, one of my favorite players, love watching him, but I know I've seen this movie before, and I know how this movie ends, and it's unfortunate, but like I said, it's a draft every year. And it'll come 2-3 years where we look up and be like, yeah, Ja was really good.
I don't think he needs a mentor. I think he just needs to listen to Lil Durk and J. Cole all my life to really understand that we got to put the guns down. It's all about the kids.
I mean,
if he just would have watched that video, if that video came out 1 week before, I don't think Ja's flashing that gun in that camera.
I think J. Cole was rapping about like getting his shit off. So I don't know.
I still didn't see that video.
It's I Know I Can for this generation. I don't mean that in a bad way.
No, I get it.
It's a really good record. These records are super important, especially coming from Durk, and I'm glad that Cole got on a record like this. Because, you know, as we speak all the time, Durk and his generation of rappers talk to the young kids. So, like, Cole and my generation of rappers could preach all day about certain stuff. These kids are not necessarily going to listen to them because they look up to the Durks of the world. So I'm glad Durk put a record out like this. I don't know if I'm going to listen to it because, like, the Kids on the Hook thing is, you know, just not for like me.
Not your thing.
Not for like me and the whip. Yeah. But I can really appreciate Durk, especially putting a song out like this and the importance of it. And Cole naturally got his shit off. I mean, I think Durk maybe should have put Doja on this. I think it would have touched the streets a little bit better. But how do we feel about the one Cole bar? I figured that was going to stir up the timeline, and it actually kind of didn't. If you never posted a rapper before they passed, don't post them.
Oh, yeah.
He, of course, it's a better bar. I'm butchering it. I disagree, man.
Yeah.
I always find it annoying outside of the obvious when rappers do pass that social media becomes this whole, like, he was my favorite rapper, like all this important shit. It's like, huh? Like, did you even listen to him?
He said, if you ain't ever posted a rapper when he was alive, you can't post about him after you get hit. It's simple. It's the principle.
Now, I think in a lot of cases that can be true, and I've seen that. And it does get kind of annoying and weird and very much like, hey, look at me, rather than rest in peace to this person that just passed. But I think the amount of people that did not listen to Nipsey or knew Nipsey's message got it after he passed. And I think that had a lot to do with the trend of posting him. Because a lot of us, of course, listened to Nipsey before and posted him after. But there was a trend of people, you know, hopping on the RIP wave. But I think that spread Nipsey's message and music so much further that, like, that form of clout chasing attention in death is okay to me.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't.
I mean, I get Cole was just doing a bar, and it was a clever one. And
to his credit, he was talking to the media. He said, into the media, thirsty for clicks. And then he states that's his new rule. So he's not directing it at potential fans.
Well, media, social media is media.
And he's talking about, like, Complex.
Okay, but
like
even
hip-hop,
still social media.
Yeah, but, like, he's talking about the organizations, not the individual listeners.
But even with media, I would say that there's a lot of platforms I saw that did not give Nipsey any love and did when he passed, which helped to some degree of getting his message and music out there. I totally get what Cole was saying. There's so many rappers. And even when he mentioned, like, sometimes the first time I ever hear of a rapper is because there's an RIP on a platform.
Well,
post them before.
That's what I was getting ready to say. A lot of the times, it's not that, you know, certain outlets didn't know. Well, actually, that is what it is. A lot of times, a lot of these people just don't know about certain artists and certain people until, like, an entire, you know, something unfortunately happens, the person passes away, then you see all these people posting and talking about him, and you're like, damn, I didn't know who that was. Then you go and listen to the person and hear what they were doing, like, oh, this person was really talented. Yeah. So sometimes it happens like that, but we do know that for the most part, it's just, you know, trying to generate clicks, trying to generate, you know, these hashtags for everybody to jump behind, and then you post a picture that you took of this person, or post like a DM or text messages between you and the person. It's just, you know, a lot of things that I think is corny and weird. I just have to accept that maybe that's just the way that this world is now. Like, certain things just are what they are. Me personally, I would never post text messages with somebody that passed away that was, you know, a celebrity, or even a regular person in my family. I just would never do that because, to me, it's personal. This person is passed now. I want to keep this to myself. I'm not looking to get no clicks. And then when you're looking to get clicks and all of that, then you're leaving yourself open for people to be disrespectful in the comments, which now creates another reaction type. It's just, you just putting something that's very sentimental and very sensitive into the public timeline to just for people to do and say whatever they want with it. And I stay away from that. But I understand, you know, if people have a picture with an artist that they loved and he passed and they never posted it, and now that the person's passed, this is their way of, paying homage to the person or, paying their respects to the person. I get it, but a lot of the times it is, cloudy and clickbait type of thing. And me personally, I can't get behind that.
Mal, I'm sorry, go ahead, Rory.
I guess I'm just trying not to be the typical negative Nancy that I am when I come in here all the time. I'm trying to, no matter what, it's going to happen. So I'm trying to find the good in that clickbaity clout shit. Because I found out about rappers after they passed. And that's simply because, unfortunately, they passed, but it took their music further. And it got to me. And I was like, oh, wow, this is really dope. So I think there is value to it.
That's fair.
That's what I was going to ask you guys. Actually, what rappers, unfortunately, that after they pass you found out about them and maybe discovered that you actually like their music?
Rappers that passed that I discovered after their passing.
Or that you might have known they existed, but you didn't really give them any attention until after they passed. Like you really gave them a second listen.
Mo3, Dallas artist, I was not very familiar with until he unfortunately passed in that very tragic way. I liked his music afterwards and have kind of did a deep dive into it. Tentacion, I know, is not really a great example because that kid was huge before.
That's a good example.
But after he passed, just the amount of people that were posting his music, you couldn't get away from it, obviously. And I was like, holy shit, I had this kid all the way wrong. Like, he is extremely talented and was about to be one of those ones. So those are just two, like, quickly off the head. I know X may not really count in that way because he was so big when he passed and I was just ignorant and unaware. But Mo3, I really enjoyed his music and I was not aware of him until he passed.
One artist that I did start listening to more after he passed was Mac Miller. Like I obviously listened to him while he was with us, but in listening to him after his passing, like you felt with Triple X, I realized, I'm like, yo, this kid is really, really dope. He was like really talented. And another one that I didn't realize how many of my some of my favorite songs that I like, he was on P&B Rock.
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize how many of like some of my favorite joints that I listened to, like he's on the hook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, damn, like P&B was really like, a part of some of my daily listens that I didn't really notice until after he died. Like, this is him again on this hook. He's on this. He got a verse on this. Like,
when we were talking about, like, in those early Versus days, when we were talking about the Generation Now undercard, we had always, P&B was a tough act to go against.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a lot of shit.
To your
Dolph
point,
I listened to, but unfortunately after he passed, Dolph, I went back and listened to more rather than just some of the more popular records. And I was like, fuck, this guy's, he could rap. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So Cole, I see what you're saying, but I think there is some value. It's going to happen regardless. So let's try to find some type of value, I guess, in rappers passing and people just hopping on the wave to post them.
Dolph was one of the artists that I had a chance to go see at Irving Plaza, and I didn't before he passed. He had did a show in New York, and a few of my boys went, and they said the show was dope, and that I was really upset that I didn't take that opportunity because I'd never seen Dolph perform live. So he had did Irving Plaza, and my boys was like, yo, he killed it. And I was so mad I didn't go, and then unfortunately he passed away. So that was like a lesson for me. Like, a lot of artists that I like, if I ever get a chance to go see them perform live, like, I definitely want to take the chance to go see them, because Dolph passed, that definitely was something that I thought about for a while. Like, I had an opportunity to go see him live. Always fucked. I saw him a couple weeks before he passed. We was in the going through TSA together in Atlanta.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
And I just gave him a salute, like, yo, I fuck with you, things like that, and kept it moving. But I was really upset that I didn't take that opportunity to go see him at Irving Plaza when I had the chance to.
What do you guys say to the people that are calling this Dirk record a little gimmicky, and what happens when the album is very much the complete opposite message of what All My Life is?
Well, I mean, he says he's almost healed. That's the name of the album, right?
Which I think is a brilliant title, by the way.
Almost
I
healed.
think it's a really good title.
We gotta give. Listen, man. If somebody says they're going through something and they're trying to heal and they're trying to change, we gotta give them that grace to say, okay, maybe.
I don't believe that, by the way. I was just posing a question.
No, I know. I'm just saying to people that may think that. We don't know. Maybe this is Dirk's way of trying to, portray a different message because, you know, we don't look at it through Dirk's lens sometimes. Like, this is somebody that's clearly dealt with a lot of trauma, a lot of loss. And at some point, just naturally, I'm sure Dirk sits down and feels like, yo, something has to change. Like, I have to change my life. I have to change what, you know, the things that I allow, the energy I allow into my life, the energy that I put out, the energy that I speak. So, you know, I love the title of the album. I can only hope that he stands true to that and he is healing and he is trying to, you know, portray a different message. I always feel like, because Dirk has kids, right?
Yes, he has.
Yeah.
He has
kids, right?
Yeah.
So I always feel like when rappers, when their kids are getting a little older, I feel like naturally that causes a change in, I mean, people, period, not just artists, but specifically rappers. I feel like if we look at rappers, you know, and just their life and their timeline and their music and their energy over the years, I think we can make a direct correlation that once their kids start becoming of age and start, you know, getting older, I think just naturally as just a human, I think that you have to change. Like, the things you talked about when you didn't have kids or your kids was really young are just not the same things that you talk about as they get older and as they grow up in this world, because, you know, now they're going out into the world and they're, you know, they're living in these times, and, you know, they're going in these parties where you may be rapping or putting out certain energy that's dangerous for your child to be a part of that environment. So I think naturally, you know, as a human, as a decent human, you would want to be like, yo, I got to change. Like, my kids, they understand what I'm saying now. They understand the energy. They out there. Their friends are listening to it. They going to these parties. You know, they're hearing me. You know, my music come through the speakers, and I could be putting out an energy that, you know, I just don't want my kids to be a part of or be around or have to live through some of the trauma that I had to live through. Like,
and on top of that, like, you playing with your daughters, laying on a fucking mink rug, playing with blocks, and then you go into the studio and you rapping about niggas with Glocks. I feel like the transition is kind of like, you're happy. Like, you have kids running around your house, your $1 million home, laughing and giggling, and then you're going to the studio and attempting to muster up like this gangster persona, even though we, you know, allegedly Dirk's life is he's lived his raps, he's been through a lot of shit. But that's not where you are anymore, even though stuff is still happening to the people that you love, the people that you're
not
around.
actively entrenched in it.
Like, that's not your life anymore. You're making your fucking kids cereal. You know, I mean,
hip hop.
He got to be exhausted though. No.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Respectfully, like the amount of stuff Dirk has gone through is not talked about enough.
Listen,
he has had a lot of tragedy in his life. Got to be exhausted.
As somebody that comes from that same environment, that have seen some of the same things, that's lost a brother myself, you know, it forces you to change. It changes you. You go through this when you lose somebody that's close to you due to like gun violence. It's weird the amount of emotions you go through. First, you go through, you know, the pain of this person being gone, and, you know, the hurt, and then you go through this revenge.
Yeah,
like this mode of revenge and wanting to retaliate and things like that. Then you go through this mode of not wanting to become so attached to people because you feel like that pain of losing somebody that I was so close to at one point, I don't ever want to feel that again. Like, if you ever own like owning a pet, it's kind of the same thing. When people lose a dog or a cat, they say, yo, I'm never going to own a dog again because I don't ever want to feel that pain of losing my pet again, right? It's the same thing with siblings. So, you know, you go through that, but then you get to a point where you like, I just don't ever want to experience that again. Like, not in that way. I can lose people. That's life. You're going to lose people. But I don't want to lose people like that. Not to gun violence, not to no street shit. So whatever I have to do to, you know, not add to that energy or not, you know, be a part of that is just what I have to do. Like, and, you know, you get to this point where it's like, yo, it doesn't mean that I don't care about people that's still going through it. It doesn't mean that I can't identify with people that's going through it. It's just that I can no longer add energy to that. Because I retaliate, then what? Somebody else's family is going through what I went through and I felt. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, it's this cycle that's like, we really don't, life is dope when you really just doing shit. Like, when you don't, you know, I remember the first time one of my homeboys like took a vacation and he came back and his thing was, yo, niggas is really living like this? And I'm like, yeah. He was like, yo, nah, we got it wrong, bro. Like, what is we doing? And I'm like, but this is why it's important for people to experience these things, because a lot of the times people coming from these environments, they don't know. They've never been on a vacation.
Yeah, it's a lack of exposure.
Yeah, they don't, that shit is just movies, videos, Instagram pictures. They don't know that that's real. And until they experience it and see that, yo, this is some people's every day they wake up to this. This is they live here. You know, they have no stress, no worries. It's a different frequency. Like, it's like when you come back from a vacation and you come back to the same environment you lived in, you get that depression mode. Like, yo, it's loud. Motherfuckers is fighting.
You start noticing the flaws.
Yeah, it's like you just notice it. It's like, yo, what the fuck am I doing? I mean, you don't realize once you're in it, once you're in this environment and in these communities where it's just like, it's violent, or it's just like, you know, it's just everybody's on top of each other. And then you go somewhere where you don't see people for 12 hours if you don't want to. Then you're like, damn, like this is a whole different way of living life. Yeah. And that's why a lot of the times I can't be mad at people for being a part of that shit that they, because that's just what they know. That's all they're a part of. Like,
yeah. And even to that point, I'm sure a lot of Dirk's friends and, you know, the people that he keeps around, Dirk's life can feel like a vacation, and then they have to go back to that environment, which is still keeping Dirk with one foot close to it. Yeah. Because they go on tour with Dirk and it's the greatest shit ever. Then they come back and it's like, oh, that was, I mean, that was for Dirk. Yeah. He's not back here. I'm here. Yeah. And that drags Dirk regardless, because he doesn't want to get rid of the people that he grew up with. So it's an unfortunate cycle in that regard.
But that's why you go hard for the people around you. Yeah. Because you say, listen, as best I can, I want to be able to pull everybody that, you know, I know loved me and cared about me and got me to this point. I want to be able to pull them out of their situations that may be holding them back from being just better people. Which is why I can't understand why this nigga Josh flashing guns in the fucking car. Yeah.
But that
nigga, you made it. Like, you're out. You don't have to be part of none of that shit.
Not no real hood nigga, because any real hood nigga is like a nigga like Dirk. Bro, nobody's gonna sit up there and wanna, you have all this like money just because you're good at something. Yeah. You're good at something.
He's great at something.
You're great at something. You have all this money and you about to fuck up the bag so that you look cute with the fucking gun on Instagram. Yeah. Like, real street niggas is looking at you like, bro, what the fuck are you fucking
clown shit?
Like, can we actually, I'm glad you brought that up, of bringing people with you and bringing people up. Can we talk about the fantasy of that sometimes, though, and how much that sounds good on paper and you do it and it ends up being worse than if you didn't? Because when you bring people up with you, you then have to maintain that. Because for God willing, life is long. Yeah. And you want to mature, you want to grow, you want to have a wife, you want to have a family. You hope your friends do as well. So yeah, like in your 20s, that shit is cool. We can all live in the crib. We get you out of that environment. Yeah. I'll rap, you help me out where we can. Once you get to like your 30s though, and life wants to change, you can't have your girl and your kids in with your 5 homeboys. And at some point, things are going to change. Did they get any type of experience or skill where they can have a gig within my company? Did they do anything besides hang out? Yeah, we got them out. They held me down, all that. But there's nothing here for you to do at this point. You didn't take that time to learn or even show where you can add value to this company. Like, that's where that whole fantasy gets fucked up. And I feel for people that get accused of not bringing their people up with them when I know they tried. It's like, back to that whole thing. You could be the best mentor, but if who you're talking to doesn't want to do shit, it's not your fault.
Oh no, it's all. Let's be clear. I can pull as much as I want, and as much as I want to. I can try to help as much as I want. But you have to want it for yourself too. Like, you know, we keep going back to, you know, LeBron and Rich and Mav and those guys. You know, Rich went back to school. He got a degree.
But again, that's an anomaly. LeBron's life is an anomaly. Even
I'm just saying on your scale, not on LeBron's scale.
I'm just saying it's
on your scale. Like, if you have a friend that, okay, he has opportunity, he has access. What can I do for me? What do I need to do for myself to make myself a better piece in this entire picture for my friend? Like, how can we empower each other? How can we do something? Like, if it means I got to go to school and get a degree for this, so that now we can do this ourselves, I'll do that. If it means that I got to go study how to, you know, run a restaurant or, you know, whatever type of business we're trying to get into, then I need to go study that. I need to get with people that's doing that. Like, you have to do your part as well. Like, your friend that now has this amazing access to, you know, so many different things, they can only do so much. as a good friend, your job is to now better yourself, get some skill, and say, okay, we're gonna come together and do this ourselves, because we see where people that just have a degree where they're excelling in that, it's like, okay, y'all just met my homie when he got the deal, and now y'all are benefiting from it. But like, I was the one that was really like with him or her from day one, trying to push them and keeping them in a certain space where it was like they were able to advance and excel in this area. I should be able to do what you're doing.
But so many people, especially in those environments and that young, with rappers making it so young as well. They're 19 making all this money and all this fame. Their friends are also 19 with no experience or even know what the fuck they want to do. Even if you're not from that environment at 19, you may not know what you're doing. So they're almost 19 for that whole career. Yeah. Because they've stayed just right there while their friend continued to grow as an artist. But hey, now I need a digital guy. And all my man's knows, which is fine and appreciate him for it, is to hold me down. That's his work experience. So yeah, you could take your friends along with you, but for how long and at what expense?
No, that's why I say it goes back to you have to want more for yourself. I forgot it's simple things you can do. Like if your friend is, you know that your friend, okay, he or she is doing some legendary shit right now. Something as simple as just picking up a camera and just filming everything every day while you with your peoples. It's something that, you know, that can start something.
That's the usual route. A lot of these guys, you look at a lot of their close friends, there's just a shooter.
That can start. That can start. Gig, like I remember Raven, family. I remember having the conversation where she told me she wanted to start taking photos. And I'm like, that's fire. Yeah. Do that. And then seeing where she is today and seeing some of her photos being on the Las Vegas Strip and being on magazines. And it's like, yo, here's a girl from the Bronx that literally just said she wanted to become a photographer. She wanted to start taking photos of her friends and people in the industry that was doing cool things. And she had an idea of a series she wanted to create. And I'm like, yo, that's fire. Years later, look at where she's at.
I agree. I forgot what, I know it's such a random reference, but this a Luda song where he said, I cleared up all my friends' debt, put my friend through culinary school, and now he's my personal chef. To me, that's like the perfect story, but I just don't think it's that common. And then
it's on
all these artists, and let's not even put it in like the music world, just people in general get this stain on them that they didn't take like all their friends up with them or their family up with them. It's like, I tried, like I can only do so much.
It's not about,
and you're not going to live in my house forever. Like I have a life too.
It's not about taking all your friends with you. It's about picking the ones that you know want to grow and elevate and they just don't have the access, and about giving them that access.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Like, you can't just go back to the block and be like, yo, everybody in the building, come on, yo. Like, nah, that's not realistic. You're going to go broke fast trying to do that.
Yeah.
But what you do is you pay attention to the ones that you know want it and they want to do great things and they just don't have the access or the reach, and then you provide that access and reach for them.
I mean, but Wayne is one that brings everyone with him. We went to his show. He brings every artist that he has signed and puts them dead in the middle at the peak of his performance.
Well, if it's anybody that I'm never mad at introducing us to new artists, is Wayne, because his track record is unlike anybody else's when it comes to putting out new artists that are going to become megastars. So you give them a chance. Okay, cool. We talked about it. We said we just wouldn't put them in the middle of the set because, you know, we were on this high of hearing all these Wayne nostalgic records and verses and things like that. And then Wayne goes off stage and then out comes an
Drizzy
artist.
P, man, he's up next.
Yeah, like out comes an artist that we don't know the music. And that's always tough for any artist. Like, you can't, you know, how do you follow a megastar like Wayne again? You know what I mean? Like, and then you come out with a record that has 1,000 monthly listens on Spotify. Like, that's not gonna go over well with the audience. We don't know. Not that we don't like him. We don't know him. We don't know if we like him yet.
For those that don't know, the same show that Julian Mall and myself saw at the Apollo with Wayne happened in LA. And for the first time ever, I think New Yorkers look like the more polite people because LA booed. I can't call them openers.
Wait, did they boo him?
They're mid-rolls?
They just weren't cheering for him.
There was no reception.
Okay, I was about to say, now I feel whack because we was at the Apollo, legendary for booing. And we
were supposed to boo.
Yeah, we didn't boo. Like,
I mean, I went to the bathroom.
Yeah, well, that's
bathroom break.
That's a polite boo. Go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Go boo boo.
All right.
But, you know.
Showing your age.
I mean, it's just like, why would you? And I get it. Wayne is sharing his platform. The theater is the venue is packed because Wayne is on stage. So he feels like, these are artists that I'm working with. Let me share the stage with them. Let me give them some light. It's a great, a great act of just being a humble superstar. I get it. But if we don't know the songs, we don't know how to react. We don't know if we should cheer. We don't know the punchlines. We don't know where the beat drops. We just don't know this artist. It's not disrespectful. We're literally listening because we've never heard this song before.
And the live show shit is always tough, like we talked about before, to even understand a song sometimes with how they mix the records. It's just not a pleasant way to discover new artists, especially at that point. So I do find it odd, though, because Wayne starts his show extremely humble to the fans. I'm only here because of you guys. Let's have a good time. I just think it's weird that he would do this to the people he started the show out with. I'm here because of you.
Yeah. It's like the DJ Khaled.
And we're here because of you. I'm not saying... I mean, everyone can love everyone. Everyone deserves respect on the stage. I get that could be a fairy tale world. People are not there to see these people, so they may start booing. I know we bring it up all the time. We saw Drake get booed because it wasn't the artist they were looking to go see. So what does Wayne think when it comes to these artists? And he could be very talented, Alan. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
He could have been smoking that shit, but that still doesn't mean you... as the headliner, and matter of fact, the only artist that was even on the bill. Like, it wasn't like it's Wayne plus all them. It's a Little Wayne show.
So he ended the show.
Yes.
He ended the show.
Which, as we know, is halfway through. Yeah. We were there. It's the intermission.
It's the intermission. So somebody tweeted, we went to the Little Wayne concert tonight. We waited 3 hours for him. Then it was lit. It was cool. Then he brought out some of his new artists along with Lil Twist. They was whack. Wayne got mad and canceled the show. I'm still in disbelief like he really did that.
Why is that disbelief, though? We watched Wayne
cancel the show. If he did that at the Apollo, I would have been surprised.
Yeah, canceling a whole show.
Wayne told Nicki to not do her headlining set at Summer Jam when Nicki was still, I wouldn't say on the come up. Obviously, she's headlining Summer Jam, but like at the peak of Nickydom. He said, hey, because Rosenberg said that comment in the parking lot, you should not go on stage.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was bringing out Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
And Wayne was like, nah, don't do it. He's very much into respect. And if you do not respect him or his people, he will cancel the show. So this isn't out of Wayne's wheelhouse. I do think it's wrong. I thought it was wrong when he canceled with the Nicki shit. I understood it, but I thought it was wrong.
Rory, I understand what you're saying. This is not disrespect. If I don't know this artist, I don't know this music, and I'm not reacting to what I'm hearing, that's not disrespect.
It's a bad move as the CEO of Young Money.
Yeah. These artists that are new artists that Wayne has signed, and I love the fact, again, Wayne's humility is not unquestioned. We know how much of a humble guy he is. But I think that the artists that are your new talent that are signed to the label, have them open the show. I know the venue may not be packed, and you might want to put them in front of a packed house. People don't get to the show at 7:30 if they hear Wayne is going on at 9. People gonna get there at 8:30, 8:45. Your opening act should go on before you, though, Wayne. Like, you cannot have them in the middle of the show because, again, it's a high, it's all these nostalgic verses, and people just love seeing you on stage. And then you go off, and then out comes an artist that, again, nobody knows. It's not disrespectful to not clap for that person or not know the song. We just don't know who this artist is. So to cancel a show because the crowd is not reacting to your artist the way you want them to, that's just not.
And put them on the bill. Like, he didn't. It was just out of nowhere. It was like, yo, I have my family here. So in our minds, we're like, oh shit, he's in New York. Here comes some artists that we're probably familiar with.
Yeah.
Like, he sells it as if it's something that's going to be bigger than what it was. And he kind of sets them up to fail.
Y'all ain't doing the science. Would y'all be talking about Alan Cubis if he didn't stop this?
We're not listening to his fucking music after this.
I went to go here a little bit.
Oh, you trying to say Wayne might have did this on purpose?
Yeah, y'all not doing this. Y'all not doing this.
No,
science,
because
man. We gotta go viral in this age.
No, people would have naturally at the show, because I went after the Apollo show and I went and listened to some Drizzy P, been freestyling on a couple radio stations.
You did?
I checked a couple of his videos. That's why I said he's not bad. He can rap, but you just can't call yourself Drizzy P and you're signed to Lil Wayne and Wayne signed Drizzy Drake. Like it's just not. It's not a good.
Also, to make a viral moment.
Yeah, but let's not do that.
To make a viral moment, but cancel the show on your fans.
They just keep the name going.
Like that's kind of whack.
I don't think he was trying
to make a viral moment and then to cancel. No, I mean, like I know, but I mean, but that can happen though.
No, we know. Like, listen, I'm not saying that if Wayne would have came out and said, "Listen, clap for my fucking artist," and then went off the stage and let Allen continue, and then Wayne come back out. That's still a viral moment.
Yeah.
But he actually ended the show.
Yeah, that's why.
All right. You were the tour manager of the Rock the Mic tour.
Here we go.
Or no, I'm sorry.
Okay.
What was the backstage tour? It was called Backstage?
Hard Knock Live tour?
Hard Knock Live tour. You were the tour manager. They brought Beans out to do that one verse each show. If they booed Beans, would you have been like, yo, Dame, Jay,
wrap it up.
Wrap this shit up, bro.
No, but see, again, even that.
Well, Beans probably would have punched somebody in the face.
Yeah, but even that was a little different because
Beans had a freestyle out that everyone liked.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So that was just a little different. And again, Wayne is a superstar. He's humble. You know, that's not quite. But to end the show because people are not reacting to your artist the way you want them to, that's just I don't get that. That's just not. That's a weird move.
And you have to know how sensitive those moments are for a new artist. Anytime they hit the stage, it matters so much more.
Yeah.
So if they're being introduced and it's in a negative light, that's your set. Like, yes, I understand there's 2,000 people in this room. It'd be great for them to perform, but do it in a way that makes them feel welcome. Don't do it in a way where people are already have an adverse reaction to them because they don't know who this guy is and you were just doing no ceilings.
So
like it's not fair. You set them up to fail.
That's what's helpful with openers, at least like when you're the second or third opener. You know, the first one typically is when people are getting drinks or walking in.
Mm-hmm.
But that second or third one, what's so important in learning is you have to win the crowd over.
Mm-hmm.
To me, this is like setting up for they could be the best artist ever. The Wayne fan is going to sit there like, what the fuck, bring my favorite artist back.
Yeah. And
like,
that's just the
opener. You just got to sit there like, oh, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But,
and that again, I don't know how many more stops is left on the tour. I don't know what that means moving forward as far as the shows. Maybe fans now feel like, listen, we don't want Wayne to end the show. Let's clap for Allen, even if we don't know this song.
But that's whack too.
So Steve Lacy walks so Wayne could run, is what you
said. There you go. See how you did the science?
I hope everyone in LA gets refunded though.
I don't even think.
I hope he doesn't say like, "Yo, you ate half the meal. We can't refund your check."
Yeah, nah, that's exactly what.
That's because it's gonna happen.
They're not getting a refund.
No,
they're not getting.
You got to taste the food before you send it back.
You ate the potatoes.
I want to be refunded if I paid for a Wayne show and halfway through he canceled it.
Yeah, if he didn't do my favorite song yet. He didn't wait. No,
that's halfway through the show.
At Apollo, he did one half.
It's during the show,
and then in the middle of the show, it's like an intermission. But his intermission is he lets his artist touch the stage, and then he comes back.
And the second half of the show is significantly better than the first half.
What the fuck?
So they missed out on the good part.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. But listen, man, he's Lil Wayne. He know what he's doing. I've never sold out a theater before in my life, so.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
I mean, well, not as a recording artist, not as a.
You still sold out of theater.
Rapper.
Just take it.
Not as a rapper.
Take the call.
We record this.
If the crowd wasn't getting hyped for like Say Less and with Rosie and Kaz, like you would have came out and be like, "Yo, get hyped for my niggas, or are we not potting?"
I promise you, I would not.
Shout out to Kaz, Rosie.
I promise you, I wouldn't even know they weren't getting hyped. I would have been in the fucking dressing room, just laying down on the couch.
Well, they're such close friends of mine. I would have participated in the booze.
Yeah,
if I heard that.
You would have been like in the crowd.
Yeah, hell yeah.
If they were booing my friends,
yeah.
They're my friends.
Yeah,
so of course.
Yeah, you gotta boo your friends. Sometimes you need to boo your friends.
Yeah,
like,
you
actually
have
let
to.
them see you. Like lead the boo.
Lead
like,
the
stand
boo.
on the chair in the middle of the theater. Boo. Like you know.
Yeah, no,
friends,
say less.
Yeah, if your friends stink, if your friends suck, it's okay to say your friends.
Well, first of all, they don't at all.
No,
they don't.
And they actually smoked. They smoked our openers.
We're not talking about Say Less. Shout out to Say Less. We're not talking about them. I'm just saying, like, if I'm Lil Wayne and I have artists that are signed and the crowd isn't reacting, maybe I don't attack the crowd. Maybe I say, "Yo, you wasn't spitting that shit the way you spit in the studio for me."
Right.
Hey,
yo.
Well, sometimes you have to. That's the artists that are signed. Sometimes they.
Wait, no, hold on, because I just got paused and I don't know if we can accept it. Is that a pause?
You wasn't spitting like you was spitting in the studio?
It was a bit of a reach, but I see.
One day we're gonna address how much y'all reach for these like y'all reach.
Yeah, that was a little. Yeah, that was a little reach, right?
All right, you're on Reddit.
That was a reach. All right, it is what it is.
Does Reddit think we pause too much?
Man, fuck that.
Yeah, they do.
All right, we'll pause.
They
Reddit.
do. Okay,
Yeah.
Reddit got it.
Clock in my pause game is wild pause.
Exactly.
Like, hey, yo, at you asking what I'm pausing.
Shout out to Jamie Foxx. Continue prayers for him. We did get an update from his daughter that Jamie Foxx is home recovering. He was playing pickleball last week with his family and friends. So, we was getting a lot of updates throughout the week. They were saying that he was still in the hospital and it was looking, wasn't looking too good for Jamie Foxx, which was just scary and just, was giving me anxiety because I was like, man, we don't want to wake up and hear that Jamie Foxx passed away. Yeah. So it's good to hear that somebody like his daughter put it out there, not none of these outlets and none of these, blog sites. His actual daughter updated us and said, Jamie Foxx is home. He's getting better. He's recovering. Good to hear that he's active, playing pickleball, things like that. So continue prayers, well wishes to him. And yeah, man, because I'm gonna be honest, hearing all the things circulating the entire time after we heard Jamie Foxx was in the hospital, I'm gonna be honest, I was waiting to wake up and open Instagram and see rest in peace, Jamie Foxx.
Very bad day for me.
Yeah, I was anticipating it because we've seen it so many times before with other artists and celebs that we love. And not hearing any updates directly from the family was like a bad sign. It's like maybe they're preparing for.
Well, I read what platform is that?
So it's again the power of misinformation. The Daily Loud apologized for spreading false information that they were led to believe about his condition.
Yeah, I read that the family was about to have to make a decision.
Yeah,
and to me that meant pull the plug or not.
Yeah,
I was like, fuck.
Yeah, that was, listen, I'm glad that that's no longer a thing. And we have, confirmation from his actual daughter that he is home, recovering, active, just taking his time and getting better and surrounded by his family and his friends. So continue prayers to Jamie Foxx. We love you. We need you. So just glad to know you're feeling better.
Pardon for putting the word journalism into any of this shit, but rules need to change the same way laws need to change, Constitution needs to change. I understand real journalism, protecting sources, but when it's gossipy shit, if you're going to say a source from the family or a friend close, you have to say their name, their full government name and put a social.
Yeah.
That needs to happen when it comes to this gossip shit. Because at this point, a source close to the family, say their name so the family can either jump them or you need to admit that you just made up a source from the family and put whatever headline you want. That needs to be actually in law, I feel like, when it comes to this type of shit.
Because when you say source from the family, it's like, what does that even mean?
And we're all sitting in the living room like...
Yeah, like who? Like, you was definitely on your phone an hour ago. Who you was talking to? Like, you start doing shit like that. Like,
of course, plenty of times it is true that a source from the family reaches out to TMZ or whatever, but they got to put that name. Like,
I'm with you on that. Stand behind it.
Yeah.
Who? Who's the source? Who said it?
All the way down to Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner and their relationship. I want to know if Chase B told you this to see if it's really legit.
Yeah. So I think we have voicemails.
Yep.
Yes, baby.
Listen, man, this is quickly becoming one of my favorite, just parts of the episodes where we get to just listen to crazy voice. I want to hear the crazy shit, Julian. Like, don't give me the PC shit. Give me the shit where it's a nigga that's actively running from police. And he decided to call it.
You want John Morant?
Yeah.
John Morant called him.
Yeah. Give me that type of shit. Don't give me the,
we did this last episode. So I'd like to know for the second one, where are we at with the Baby D feat request? What's the count?
It's at an all-time high.
The more you guys talk about it, the more we're going to get.
Yeah.
I actually haven't gotten a foot request yet. Just a lot of dudes like, hey, yo, let me holla at her. And then I'll just delete it.
That's how they sound like?
How's it go?
That's how they sound like?
Hey, yo, let me holla at her. And then I hear like a smoke detector beeping in the background.
Oh, yeah. Them dudes you delete.
That's usually their home setup.
Yeah. Just delete those out the voicemails.
And then their PO calls.
To Mal's point, I did want to start with a salacious voicemail today.
Salacious.
So again,
don't say salacious and then take voicemail. Come on, man.
Again, for the record, subscribe to our Patreon. If you leave us a voicemail, you have a chance to hear yourself on air. We're playing these at the end of every episode. So we have a few fun ones today.
All right, let's hear it. Who is this?
Let's see.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Hope y'all are doing well. My name is Mike. I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota, and I'll try to lay this out as brief as possible.
Ew.
All right, so
Hater.
As Mal would call me, I'm a pansy, or as I like to call myself. But I have the best female friend who has recently been hooking up with this one guy. So naturally, she shows me his nudes.
What?
And
That's
I think to
not
myself,
natural at
wow, these pictures look really familiar. So later I get home, I log onto my Grindr account, and yep, there those same pictures are from a guy that I had talked to in the past. So I guess I'm just wondering, do I tell my best friend or just mind my own business? Because I would hate to out someone, but she's also my best friend, and I feel like she should at least know what's up. But what do you guys think? Let me know. Thanks.
They're matching dick pics in a group chat like Clue.
All right, so wait.
Shut
so
up.
I don't know this gentleman's name. His name is this Mike?
Mike
from St. Paul, Minnesota. So Mike from St. Paul, Minnesota is he's clearly a homosexual.
He's a gay man, not a pansy, as you would put it.
I didn't call him a pansy.
I've actually never heard you call a gay guy a pansy. Only straight guys.
Never. It's always, I only call straight guys pansies. So
which is mad gay.
So Mike his best friend is dating a guy.
Yeah.
And naturally, that's not naturally, Mike, but I understand their relationship.
Well,
if it's a gay, like if you have a gay bestie, right, Demaris, you'll naturally show like you'll show him a nude of one of the dudes
I show Rory my dudes nudes all the time.
Wow.
completely false. You know, never happened.
I kind of feel
airdrop Rory the hammer.
I have even called myself a gay bestie in times. I want to make this clear that Demaris is lying.
I don't know.
Yo, listen, man.
Now it sounds like she's telling the truth.
But like,
getting kind of red.
Because I can't like.
In my defense, I had never seen dude's dick when she showed me.
Wow.
Okay, that was the first time seeing it.
Yeah, you're not logging into Grindr. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So Mike from St. Paul, Minnesota. What I would say is, if it is your bestie, then you absolutely should tell her that this is a guy that I don't know if y'all hooked up through Grindr or y'all just like came across each other's account on Grindr, and you know that he's obviously gay. But that if that is your best friend, I think that you are supposed to.
I have a question for Maul. Should Mike go to his friend as a friend or as a gay man?
Both.
It's different. Listen, if a friend finds out that her friend is messing with a dude that she messed with, as a friend, you go, yo, I messed with dude or dude hit me and like, you know, sent me shit. Like, just want to let you be aware before you get serious. That's fine. But going to expose somebody that maybe didn't want to be exposed, is he going against the gay code and the gay community?
No,
The gay code.
I don't think he's going against a code because it's always friend first. It's always my friendship first. So, you know, maybe she's not comfortable. She doesn't want to talk to a guy that's bisexual. And maybe she doesn't want that. But see, this is where the difference is and the double standards are.
Mike is conflicted.
If I was to show you a girl in my phone,
I wouldn't.
And like you knew that she hooked up with like a girl, I wouldn't give a fuck. Like I'm like, where's the girl? Like let's all hang out.
Yeah, I don't think it's about the gay part.
You know what I mean? Like who gives a fuck?
No, but that's not. I mean,
what I'm saying is
it's a double standard.
Of course, it's a double standard.
It's kind of
first of all, we all know that women pass around dick pics and group chats, and
they do not,
and all that type of shit, which is a super double standard.
Specifically to Rory.
Yeah, they run it by.
They all send it to Rory.
He's the filter. Like, yo, okay, just send him to me. I'll let you know if it's worse. Let
me see that real quick.
Yeah.
It's gotten to a point. I just put a thumbs up or thumbs down. There's no response. It's like Gladiator. I sit here like this, and I'm just like,
thumbs up in the dick pic is crazy as a heterosexual man.
I don't know how I got dragged into Mike's issue.
Demaris said it. Nudes all the time, like of her suspecting lovers. I don't know.
Her suspecting lovers is hilarious.
I don't know. But yeah, absolutely, Mike. You should definitely tell your friend that.
As a friend, Mike should, but as a gay man, it shouldn't be to go, hey.
As a gay man, mind your fucking business.
He's on Grindr going crazy.
Well, how serious are they dating? Like if the friend and them are like really dating and it's a serious relationship.
He's sending dick pics. It's kind of serious.
No, but I'm saying if they're
saying that after the
Also, how long ago did he send it?
Don't put my business out.
Also, was it the same dick pic?
Right. No, apparently it was.
If his girl and this other guy are like really, really in a relationship and say they're a few months in there, it's like real love connection there. Do you feel like you should interject and throw mud into the situation, just let it rock?
Also, how long ago
I
was
feel like
that?
she shouldn't have sent my dick to anyone if we're in a serious relationship.
Listen, we can fix this right now. Demaris.
They're not in it.
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
If you have a gay best friend.
A man?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Rory.
You send him. Yeah. You send him a dick pic from a guy you're talking to, dating, whatever.
Okay.
And would you want him to tell you if this was a gentleman that he was talking to and met on Grindr?
Okay, so I think there's a lot of layers to this question because I think there's a big layer that you guys are ignoring. Well, first layer is
how big is it? Oh, sorry.
First layer is this.
Layer.
That was the gayest thing.
I would expect Rory to let me know that because he knows that I don't date bisexual men, right? Okay. So because he knows that I don't date bisexual men, I would expect for him to let me know that. Now, their situation. I
support your bigotry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, it sounds like this woman does not date bisexual men.
Okay, yeah.
From the way Mike is talking, like he should
probably mention it to her. There's another layer to this as well. That might not be homie. Homie might be catfishing his homie.
Oh, okay.
Homie might have came across somebody's dick pics.
Coming across the dick pic is hilarious.
And then saving it and then putting it on Grindr.
That's people
having it ready to go.
People catfish like that. People catfish like that. For sure. I had a homegirl, she gave me permission that when dudes asked for my nudes, I could send hers. I would never send mine.
What?
There are plenty of men who think they have my nudes in it.
Are you paying her?
They have my best friends.
Like, is there like a monthly subscription or is she just off the strength?
No, she told me. She's like, just do it.
She just taking like,
and they're so stupid, they don't even notice she has a tattoo. I have no tattoos.
They're just looking at the titties.
Yeah, well, men are horny. Like, they don't even notice.
I was like, send me a pic. I bet.
So, okay, well.
But yeah, people get catfish, so they definitely should be like, hey, just so you know, either this guy's gay or he stole a gay guy's picture. So.
Okay, I respect that.
Well, let's not put that on the catfish dick. Maybe he's straight.
Catfish dick?
We don't know if he's gay.
Catfish
That's
dick.
Definitely the first time you said catfish dick.
It's never came out of my mouth.
Yeah.
No. Hey. Pause.
I think that's what Demaris' point is true. If he knows that she's not cool with the bi shit, then you should tell her. But if she is, then what? Do you let it go?
Also, how long ago was that he saw him on Grindr?
Because maybe he did
maybe that was old.
Or was it?
You had it.
You had it.
No, was it him or was it the other DJ?
Diplo.
Sorry. Sorry. I hate to put that on David's jacket.
Sorry,
maybe
David,
he did a Diplo. He tried it a couple years ago on Grindr. He ain't really fuck with the sucking dick. So now he back to women.
Yeah.
And I feel like he should be able to change his life without...
But if we're playing by Maul's rules, if we're playing by Maul's rules,
you can't.
I can't believe that you don't believe that there are women who don't like that. There are men who don't like sucking dick.
Yo, man. Hey, listen, man. I do what you want to do. I don't give a fuck, right?
Hey, man.
Just know that once you suck a dick,
listen, man.
Right. There's no coming back from that.
Hey,
it just is what it is. Like you can't say, yo, I suck dick and I ain't really like it, so I'm back over here with the lady.
You don't think that's possible?
He should have deactivated his Grindr account.
It's just like it's plenty of girls who was like, oh, I like girls, and then they went and ate pussy and was like, too slimy, I don't like it.
It could have just been a bad box.
I just feel like Grindr, you kind of committed.
Yeah, like if you're on a Grindr,
I don't know if that's
like that's how you get your shit off in secret,
private, right?
Yeah, but you're
clearly not. Your dick's everywhere.
Yeah, but you're looking for gay men. His face. Like you're looking for gay men. Like you're gay. What are you talking about? You're not trying something. You're gay. You're on a gay like social media app. You're gay.
We're just gonna agree.
So you're saying the guy?
We've given Mike no advice.
No, I gave Mike advice.
You need to tell her.
Mike, tell her.
Mike, you should tell her. Tell her,
man.
Yeah, I agree.
Tell her.
Or then call back. Call back.
Yeah, give us an update.
I'll look out for it.
Yes,
that could be like a cool throuple situation. No.
Yeah. I don't know about a throuple. I don't think she wants.
But he's bisexual, gay.
Mike's
she's
gay.
straight.
I'm letting you know, Mike is gay.
Mike's gay.
I know.
Mike, he doesn't want her.
Homie is bi.
How you know
and
Mike
she
gay?
is straight.
He told us twice.
Before he told us, when he called in, I knew that Mike.
He said you would consider her, and he called himself a hard F.
Before, when he said, "Hey guys," I knew Mike was gay.
The only reason I didn't say
can we play that again?
because he is gay.
I think he said, as Maul would say, I have never said that, Mike.
You said pansy before.
You said pansy.
Not hard F for their sexuality. I've never done that.
All right, here.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Hope y'all are doing well. My name's Mike. I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota, and I'll try to lay this out as brief as possible.
Lay this out.
All right, so
my gaydar's off. I didn't get gay.
As Maul would call me, I'm a pansy, or as I like to call myself.
He said, I would call myself.
Well, he likes to be referred to as a.
Okay,
so can we call him?
I thought he said Maul. I would say I would never do that, Mike. But okay, yeah, Mike. You should definitely tell your best friend. Tell her.
All right. Next
Mike, is Mike the hussy friend? Mike's the whole friend that you can't date nobody because Mike's been with everybody?
Oh, God, we hate that friend.
Like, I know we're here to help Mike out, and he thank you for paying Patreon. But Mike, you might be the whole friend since you could spot a dick out that easy.
I mean, that is true.
Oh, he's a great best friend.
You got dick radar?
Yeah.
You need them whole homegirls, because if my whole homegirl is like, oh, girl, he was all over me. Oh, I don't even want him.
But the whole homegirl sometimes lies, and he could have just said hello.
Yeah. I had a girl lie on my dick, and it traumatized me forever.
Oh, okay.
Glad you could tell
One that called you an 8, yeah.
No, she told me, a girl actually said we had sex and we never hooked up before.
Damn.
And a girl that I wanted to have sex with didn't have sex with me because she thought me and that girl had sex before. I was like, I've never touched that girl a day in my life, but whatever.
Glad you're at the podium.
All right, in straight news, our next caller has a pretty interesting question.
How do you know he's straight?
Well, I listened to the message earlier.
What's down with it? My name Antoine. I'm coming out of New Orleans. You heard me? So look, check it out for me. If you was in a relationship for about 8 years, you heard me? And y'all agree to take a break for 2 weeks. But look, whatever happened during them 2 weeks, y'all promise each other to never ask each other about it. And y'all can never bring it up in conversation afterwards, you hear me?
Yeah, right.
But you find out that your old lady pregnant, and then 9 months later, she have a whole light-skinned baby, and y'all both dark-skinned. So you take a blood test and find out that baby ain't even yours, you heard me? Man, look, what y'all doing in that situation, son? For real, because look, I'm ready to crash shop behind it, but I need I need a different perspective, you heard me? So yeah, I appreciate y'all. Whatever advice you can give to the nigga.
Sounds like a
appreciate it.
Magnolia love story.
What perspective do you need?
Bro, leave.
Yeah, like, leave. That's not your girl no more. Like, she had a baby. She got pregnant in 2 weeks. I'm leaving you.
First of all, 5 minutes to get pregnant.
I don't believe any of this. I'll just be quite honest with you, but let's have fun with it anyway. I just don't think it happened.
I don't think it happened either.
You're a hater.
I think it's a...
I'm hater.
What am I hating on?
How does that make him a hater?
How do you not believe this, but you believe that's Tucker Carlson on Twitter?
Because I think...
Oh, stop.
This is way more believable.
These callbacks are crazy.
Out of New Orleans? This is way more believable coming out of New Orleans.
Because I think someone that says, you heard me before he speaks, would have aired shit out if that was the case, and wouldn't have.
Oh no, he already said
it wouldn't have voicemailed us.
No, he said I'm about ready to crash out. He said I'm ready to crash out.
And I don't think that guy is voicemailing before he crashes out.
Listen, man, that's not your girl.
Well, shout out to Antoine. I like your accent.
I hear this one go. This nigga can have an eye in the middle of his forehead. I like
as long as he has an accent.
I love New Orleans.
As her gay bestie, I love a good New Orleans accent.
I love New Orleans accent.
Yeah, come take Demaris.
Anyway,
they're great.
Antoine is his name. Yeah. Antoine, the baby ain't yours.
Damn.
Which means the girl ain't yours.
Damn.
Don't crash out over a girl that's not yours, that had a baby within 2 weeks of y'all having a break after being together 8 years. Like,
sorry, Antoine.
Clearly just leave that girl alone, man.
How long have y'all been together, Antoine? If y'all
8 years.
8 years.
8 years?
You so busy lusting over a nigga
fucking accent.
You're not even hearing what he's saying. He said they was together for 8 years.
And took a 2 week break.
In 8 years, 2 weeks, it took her to fuck up.
Fuck up? No,
she probably fucked up before that.
All right, but what if that kid becomes an All-American?
It still ain't your baby.
But would you want to?
He took a blood test. It's not his
man,
kid.
he said that. No, because this shit ain't right. Because what if he had got somebody pregnant? They both was fucking around.
But he didn't.
But they both was fucking around.
But he did.
But she didn't do anything wrong.
Yes, she got pregnant. What are you talking about?
But that's not wrong. That was a mistake.
And they both agreed that they were never going to bring it up again. They were taking their 2 weeks off. They knew both of them was going to go do what they was going to do. They can't bring it up again. So if he's in the hospital,
some things are unspoken
he can't say anything.
rules.
Bro, if your girl leaves you after being together 8 years and y'all have a 2 week, whatever you want to call it, break, timeout, hall pass, whatever type of name you want to.
And you come back pregnant.
So she can go, so y'all both can spin the block and go fuck her ex, whatever y'all want to call it. If she has
if you spin the block for an ex, go get some new pussy, please.
But I'm saying if she has a kid in that moment, come on, fam.
Because that's not a 2 week. That's
9 months.
Now you've broken the bounds of 2 weeks.
Because that relationship didn't just happen. Because what dude you met within those 2 weeks that you fucking raw first?
I'm sure that was not that hard.
Like, what are we talking about?
Have you ever been to New Orleans?
Well, I'm sure that was not that hard.
Yeah, but so that's a whole other thing.
So now
you with a girl that would fuck a dude that she just met in 2 weeks raw?
All right.
She only had 2 weeks.
I feel you on that.
She only had 2 weeks.
I feel you on that.
Demaris didn't lay it
She
down
has to get a lot done in a short span.
I
agree with him. The raw
she
shit
for the
is fucked
streets,
up.
bro. She for the streets.
But that's what we're saying is fucked up.
They've been in a relationship for 8 fucking years.
She's still for the streets.
Now she for the fucking.
And now she got pregnant by another guy.
That is the worst
If you make a mistake like that, you for the street. If I have a baby on you after we were together 8 years, and in 2 weeks we take a little break, whatever, and I get a girl pregnant.
She probably thought it was his baby.
What if she fucked on the agreed 2 weeks but didn't get pregnant? Is she for the streets or not?
Baby, she fucking another nigga raw. Like, what you mean?
And it's light skin.
You don't know that that's his baby, but you don't know if you having unprotected sex with another dude. while you're in a relationship, you don't know if that's my
Even
baby.
if you're having a 2-week break.
But I think she was probably hopeful. See, me, I would have said
Hope was in my homeroom class. Get out of here. We don't deal with hope.
All right.
I deal with what is. You a hoe. Get out of here. Take the PE off.
Now
she's a hoe.
now she's a hoe.
But don't hurt her.
Yeah, she's a hoe.
Don't hurt her.
Yeah, don't hurt her.
Happy belated Mother's Day.
Wow.
You would think he celebrated?
She's a hoe.
I don't think that she's a hoe. I think she made a mistake.
I don't think she's a hoe, but she fucked
Hoes
up.
make mistakes. We know hoes make
a lot.
mistakes. That's a hoe mistake.
I'm not saying she's not a hoe. I'm asking, is her having the baby is what makes her the hoe? Is where I'm lost.
No, she's pro.
But if we have an agreed 2 weeks.
No, she doesn't make her a hoe. It makes her pro. She's pro-life.
Like, fine, you had the 2-week break, but letting someone else hit it raw and then get pregnant.
And if she didn't get pregnant and still let someone hit it raw, is she still up?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure having the baby.
Yo, what's up with y'all? What is this new age generation? What's wrong with y'all?
That's not no new age shit, but it's like she didn't get
How does
pregnant.
the baby make her the hoe?
There's no way you don't think your girl's a hoe if she has unprotected sex with somebody she met within 2 weeks of
You don't
breaking up
think,
with
you don't think he's fucking
Quick
raw?
question. So if she would have protected
She was just
herself,
confused.
She wasn't a hoe?
No, if she protected herself, I'm not saying it's a hoe, but having raw sex with a nigga you met in 2 weeks.
You don't think he was fucking raw too?
That makes him a hoe too.
Okay, all right. Fine.
But he also didn't have
the
a
lack
kid.
of condom is what makes her a hoe.
That helps.
That doesn't make it any better.
That
Mal
adds
is
to
the
it.
kid.
Huh?
It's having a kid.
Having the kid is
having the kid does not make you the hoe.
I'm not saying that makes you a hoe.
That's nuts.
That makes you
That's
really
what makes you the hoe.
irresponsible.
I'm not saying if you have an unprotected sex after you had a break for 2 weeks from your 8-year
I think that makes you
relationship.
stupid. I don't think that
It makes you
a
stupid.
hoe.
I
think it makes
Two things can be true,
Those are
people.
kinda
You can be a stupid hoe.
She was confused.
You can be a dumb hoe, stupid hoe, ugly hoe. Hoes is, you can put other shit in front of it.
Why are hoes always confused?
No, hoes ain't always confused. There's some hoes that are very fused. They know exactly what the fuck.
very fused.
They know exactly what the fuck.
confused, but they the dumb hoe.
They know exactly what they're doing.
That's just
Very
always
fused.
the whole thing that I've noticed, that the always like response to everything. Because I agree, they're not confused.
No, they
I was
not
just I was
It's hoes out
confused
here
at the
that know.
time.
It's hoes out here that know exactly what they're doing
Man,
and
Rory,
what they
when
want.
you was hoeing, was you confused?
Yeah, Rory, when you were
Okay,
hoeing, when
so
you were confused.
why the other hoes can't get the same fucking lack of
Yeah, hoe.
whatever?
Because I'm saying I was a hoe and I was confused. So you also have to be a hoe and be confused.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the
I'm
logic.
not giving anyone an excuse.
Antoine, the girl isn't a hoe.
Get out of there,
She's also
Antoine.
not your girl.
Get out of
Made a
there.
mistake. If you choose to stay,
Don't.
You're an idiot.
no, he's not.
He's
Don't
a fucking
stay.
idiot.
I don't think
Don't.
That's not
hurt
his
her.
kid.
Stay
bro.
with a girl that had a baby that ain't yours? You're a fucking idiot.
And it's light skin.
What are you talking about?
if you stay with that girl and you think that you can raise that baby and
You're
y'all
a
have
fucking clown.
y'all have a family together.
Hey, Antoine, look at me. You're a fucking clown if you stay with that girl.
Honk, honk.
The fuck out of here. I'm not staying with no girl that had a baby and raising a kid that ain't mine. Are you fucking crazy?
What's so-
Go find that nigga that was fucking you.
What's so funny is I don't know how in this day and age that could even be retorted. Like, we could really sit here
What?
and be like, well, you have to understand, they love each other. No, leave.
You're a fucking idiot if you stay with this girl, Antoine.
Man, that's
leave.
why I miss back in the grandparents' days. Back in the grandparents' days, grandma and grandpa raised motherfucking side baby.
And they was stupid too.
And that's why their relationships
And
lasted.
at least they tried to make that shit work where your actual sibling became your cousin and no one fucking knew.
That's not why their relationships lasted.
Yeah.
That's
there was
not,
no
for
other-
sure.
there was no other
But you
choice.
be like, I miss love back in the day. Back in the day, grandpa raised that motherfucking side baby.
Man.
And ain't say nothing. It ain't treated different
Man,
either.
Grandpa did not know that wasn't his baby. Until
Yes, he did.
Eugene
Yes, he
Carroll would
did.
never.
Until he was 7 years old and he couldn't do
Yes,
nothing
he
about
did.
it.
Y'all, okay.
Leave her.
Hey, Antoine, leave that girl, man.
Leave her, but don't harm her.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
definitely don't harm
Yeah,
her.
don't touch her,
That's
please.
sucky
Where did that
shit.
even come into?
No,
Nah, just in case.
He said
He
he said
about to
that
crash
crash
His
out.
energy.
I thought he was just meant like mentally
No.
for himself.
No. They're from New Orleans. Just they
He about to kill her,
That's an
the
open
baby.
carry. That's an open carry.
Demaris.
thing.
Do not
And
do
that
that.
light skinned nigga.
Demaris.
You should just move on.
Yeah, go find a new fused hoe.
Get on Grindr.
Yeah, or have a spite date.
No, definitely
Antoine,
don't
if
do
you
that.
want to hit me privately, we could talk about this. You can
Oh,
stay
here
with
we
her.
go.
I know a way you can make.
That's
it work
why
for her.
I knew this was gonna happen.
No, I know. I want him to work. I want his family to stay together, man.
That's not his kid. What the fuck
It's
are
not
you
his
talking
family.
about?
Yeah.
How's that his family? What do you? That's not his kid.
You want him that bad?
Y'all don't believe in stepkids?
Man,
Yes.
get the
Yo,
Of course I do.
I believe
You're
it's
changing
different
it.
if I met you and you
Way
have a
different
baby already.
circumstances.
If I meet you and you have a kid and I really like you and we can get it, that's okay.
And we could all be family.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
If I'm with you at the hospital and a baby comes out that I thought was mine that isn't mine, the three of us are not family.
That'd be
And also,
sick.
he didn't even say that.
That's another person's
say he
kid.
took a blood
and
test?
my
Yes,
Yeah.
he did, Demaris.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he
Not
did.
his.
It's not his kid. Well, you want to throw more bait for this hoe? Go ahead. Keep throwing.
in 336 hours that she was single, she got pregnant and had a kid.
Damn, Julian, no math.
It's a blessing.
She couldn't wait to bust that thing. She knew who that nigga was too.
All babies are.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Oh no, she definitely knew who
she was talking to that nigga.
So
for
she's
weeks.
fucked up.
No, that's not true.
Because he was light
That's
skinned.
not true.
But she knew who she wanted to get a pussy to. But
Yeah, she was talking to that nigga. She was telling him like, "Yo, soon as this nigga fuck
Guess what?
this
I got
cat
my 2 weeks
go."
is coming up soon.
Nobody does that.
But they
Yes, they
didn't
do.
fuck up. The shitty thing is they agreed to the 2 week. It wasn't like.
And I bet
she
it was
stepped
his
out.
idea.
That's
too.
why I
Antoine,
said
was it
she
your
knew,
idea?
She knew exactly who she was gonna get.
I bet
that
it was
pussy to.
Antoine's idea to take that break.
That's
Now
sick.
He hurt.
Imagine it
Based
is.
on her actions, it sounded like it was her idea.
All right, what else do we got?
All right, last
One
one.
more, yeah.
Got a little more serious,
Oh shit.
but it's not sad.
Wait, more serious than an outside baby?
Yeah.
Much love to the whole New Rory and Mal crew. Got a
Yeah,
question
same.
about my homeboy's love life and how I should broach this topic.
Look at Demaris'
So-
face.
My homeboy had a girlfriend for about 2 or 3 years that he broke up with in
Oh,
2013.
he's spitting.
Talking about
We're from
himself.
Boston. She had moved up to go to Berkeley. She's a singer. When she moved up, communication started getting funny, started kind of trying to dub him or disrespect him when they were, in public together. So when he broke it off, myself and some of our other close friends, people in his family, we were real sort of relieved and happy. Pandemic comes around, people thinking about their mortality and all that stuff. He starts telling us, I'm talking to old girl chit chat and we gonna link up, see what happens, yada, yada, yada. Fast forward to the year after that, 2021, Shorty moves into his apartment,
Carry the
doesn't
one.
split rent, brings her dog, which adds to the rent. Then they wind up moving into an apartment in New York. Now they're looking at houses to buy together in Connecticut. There's only one issue. Homeboy comes from a big, close-knit family that he's always been close to. Now they don't hear from him, they don't see him. Always wanted to be married. Now he doesn't see the point. Never wanted kids. Now he wants a whole passel of them. Not reaching out, not answering text messages. Like I said, moved to the tri-state area. I've been in the tri-state area for 4 years now. Have not seen this man once. Something is just weird. I'm seeing him this coming weekend, and I wanted to know, how should I broach the topic? Thanks.
Rory, you have any advice?
Yeah, this sounds like a question for Rory.
Sounds like
Why
a get
is
out.
this-
in
why?
there. Yeah, why is this a question for Rory?
Because he just made a whole bunch of scenarios. You think this is real?
no,
I
this
don't think
nigga
this
hurt.
I don't think this is that
And he has a
crazy.
lisp.
From what I followed, he has a friend that just got in a relationship and stopped fucking with him.
And the family.
But it's not just affecting his friendship with her; it's affecting his friendship with his family.
Yeah, everybody.
and everybody. That's happened to me. I wanted to
Yeah,
place
that-
one because this
this-
stuff's happened to me.
This isn't that rare. Like this
Nah,
happened.
this is white culture shit. Y'all do this shit a lot. White boys do this shit.
Hey, it's not
think
just
this
white
is white
culture.
culture?
Trust
Hey.
me.
Yeah, white boys do this shit a lot.
You never had friends disappear on you like that?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
because it wasn't because they wanted to have a family and got a girlfriend.
It's because they went
what's
upstate.
this gentleman's name? Will he start out with? I'm sorry.
I think he's being anonymous.
All right, cool. Well, anonymous. This is actually part of life, and you should probably get used to this. Like this just tends to happen. And if you want to have that conversation with your friends at lunch, dinner, whatever the fuck y'all do, say, hey, what's going on? How come you don't reach out to us? And if he says some bullshit, then you move on with your life. And that's about it. I don't think there's any more advice. This is what happens when you get older.
Your
You
friend
fall
is-
out with friends. Friends go have families. Like this shit.
Nah,
It's cool if he's not being disrespectful about it and like reaching out. Also, take that as a hint. Like some people, when they don't reply to you, that's them straight up telling you, I'm cool with what I'm doing right now.
and it could be, he might have a girlfriend that just, she's trying to manipulate him and wants to like pull him away from his friends and his family because she feels like they may feel like she's not worth him being with. She's not a good person. She's not a good girl, maybe. I don't know. But if he is having lunch or dinner with him this weekend or, he's going to talk to him, then just straight up, it's nothing. I wouldn't even order food. I would get straight to the conversation like, yo, what's up with you?
And but also, I think he's speaking from a place of ego and selfishness, to be quite honest.
Explain.
Did he not say that his friend never wanted to have kids? Now he wants to have kids. Isn't that like a great thing? Maybe he met someone that he now wants to have children
No,
with.
but
Like
that speaks to he's
to
changing.
growth. Yeah.
Yeah, not growth, yes, but this now you're somebody that me and your family don't even know anymore. You're a completely different person, and it's a direct result of you getting into a relationship with this woman. So they may feel like this woman is completely turning this guy into somebody totally different. Not saying it's a negative thing, but she's turning this guy that they know and they love and care about into a completely different person. And they just kind of want to, because I've seen this happen. So I understand what he's saying. It's
I've seen it too.
It's like, yo, dog,
Plenty of
what's up with you? Like, yo, you all right? Like, you ain't, you know what I mean? You're not yourself anymore. But you know, maybe it's him growth. He's just changing into a better person. He didn't want kids. Now he wants a bunch of them. I understand it. But his question was, how does he approach the conversation?
Well, I also do need more information. How old are they? Like,
right.
If you don't know this 20-year-old kid and now like he met a girl and is growing, then it's weird. I mean, if he's like 40.
But I mean, cutting off communication is the thing where I guess he's like, yo, like.
This has happened to me.
You moved to the same city?
A few times, and I
yeah, but when your
sucks, but it just kind of is what it is.
But he's saying he's not talking to his family either. Like
that's what I'm saying.
That's concerning.
It's deeper than just a friend.
I'm telling you,
who's his family? What if his family was shitty and he finally found somebody?
Listen to the thing.
Okay,
he said he's
cool.
super close with his family.
What if they weren't?
He literally says he is very close with his family and hasn't spoken to them either.
That's a problem.
And this girl, he obviously isn't a fan of the girl. But he's saying, like, there's evidence to prove that she's controlling. She's moved into the house.
That's what it is.
Because he invited her to move into the house.
And he's paying rent alone.
Let me tell you something. That man is having the time of his life. He love that girl. So anybody else who has like an issue with it, like y'all have to work it out. He don't want to hang with y'all because he hanging with her. He's paying her bills. And if he's paying her bills, she's not paying any rent. He said it.
He talked for like 15 minutes. It was hard to keep up with the story. He switched gears.
If he's paying her bill, he did tell a story a little weird, but if he's paying her bills and enjoying that, what I'm guessing is that he also was probably financially enabling his friends and his family too. And it seems that Shorty came around, took him and the money and all of his attention, and other people are not enjoying that. That's what I'm hearing from that. Because when I hear,
that's what you hearing from that?
Yeah, no, because I've seen that happen.
Man, I'm hearing a bitch turned this nigga out, licked his ass a couple times, and now he cut off his mother, his father, his best friends. He don't want to talk to none of them. Turned the nigga out.
No, guys, I really think Maul's right.
Turned him out. She turned it. this nigga's a trick.
And he left. But that's my thing. He's happy. So why the fuck, just because he's not giving y'all attention no more, y'all feel entitled to, he doesn't talk to us
it's
anymore?
Weird when you cut your family off, your friends off, and you get in a relationship.
What I'm saying is this. His family is not the one leaving this voicemail. This is one of his friends. You don't know. You could think that I'm super close to my family, but you don't know the inner workings of my family, and you don't know the type of peace that this person...
It's still very weird to completely
You're
cut
missing my point. If you do not know how me and my family get down, and what you see was, you were really close with your family, and now you don't talk to them anymore, you don't know the inner workings of my family until you talk to me about it.
And I know mad people close to their family that hate
their families.
But what I'm saying is, when you get that's fine. But if you get in a relationship with somebody and completely cut your friends and your family off, you're weird, because now guess what's going to happen? She leaves you. Mm-hmm. Who you running back to? Because I've been in that situation. Mm-hmm. That's corny. You don't just cut your friends and your family off because you done found a girl that's turning you out and you having fun and all. So
we don't know if that's why he cut his family off.
That's exactly why he cut his family off.
To answer his question, approach that dinner, meetup, whatever the fuck it is, with an open mind. Like, to ask just what's going on.
No, that's what I said.
Like, just a completely open mind. No,
if you having dinner with him, just ask the question. You're like, yo, what's up, man? What you been doing? What's going on? Your family ain't speak to you. I haven't spoken to you. You've been living in the same city as me for 4 years. Our first time hanging out. Like, what the fuck is going on?
And I've been in that situation and also had this meetup that he's talking about where the person was like, nah, you're right. Like, I just was focused on other stuff. Like, we got to get back in contact. And then nothing changed.
It never changed.
Nothing changed at all.
It'll never change.
I'm telling my advice to him is to go with an open mind, try to get as much information as you can, be empathetic as a friend, but don't expect shit leaving that
No, it sounds like
meeting.
It sounds like he just wants some answers to, like, yo, what's going on? I don't think it doesn't sound like he wants like to come out of it with feeling like, okay, we're back to, like, the band is back together type of thing. He just really wants to know, like, yo, what's up with you? Like, yo, what's going on? Like, but again, I've been through that, and most of the time it's the woman that's just manipulating and controlling the dude, or vice versa. And it's just like, yo, they caught up in a relationship where she wants to, or he wants to cut off all friends and family because they want to control everything. And most times people like that are fucked up people to be with. So be careful.
I've been on both sides. I've been the friend, and I've also been the person who disappeared once they got in a relationship.
Because here's why that's weird to me. I don't like any girl enough to cut off my family and friends and not kick it to, like, at some point I'm gonna be like, yo, no, you don't got no friends to go hang out. I don't want to see you 24/7 every day.
But you have to understand, they moved. She don't live around his family.
Yeah, but his friend lives here in New York and he hasn't seen him in 4 years. If I move to a city where one of my boys lives and me and my girl live in the city now, it's not gonna be 4 years before me and homie hang out. I'm at that nigga crib every weekend watching the game.
He sound like that's more his friend than the opposite.
Have you ever had this situation where you're talking to a girl for a little while? And you're like, yo, you should go out with your friends. You ain't seen them in a minute. Like, you know, in the beginning stages especially, like you spend a lot of time with each other. And she's like, nah, like they just do like a lot of stuff that like I can't really do anymore. I can't really go out with them anymore. Yep. And then you start thinking like, the fuck was y'all hoes doing?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Why you can't just go meet up with your friends now that you're in a relationship?
Yeah,
you're weird.
Exactly. Like what y'all was doing? Like what you running from?
Why you have not seen your friends in so long?
Yeah, what you running from? Like why you don't want to hang out with? Why it ain't girls' night no more now that we in a relationship?
Yeah,
like, what you running from?
They at the same spots. I've seen IG story.
Whole shit.
That is a red flag though. When
it's a super red flag.
In a relationship,
of course,
or you're talking to a girl and she can't.
I hate dudes like that.
I
like when you cut off all. I'm not saying we gotta be at the crib every night. Like it ain't gotta be that at all. I don't want to see anybody every night.
Have you confronted your friends? I do it all the time. If my friend just started dating a girl and he's like just whack and just fucking just destroys our dynamic, like the guy's dynamic, I will call him out
because you're the hoe friend and he's
not the hoe.
He's
friend.
wholesome.
I'm just
even if you're not the whole friend, it's corny. Bro.
It's like, bro, we can get lunch.
It's corny because it's like, yo, bro, if this girl does something and y'all break up. Don't try to run back, yo. What we doing tonight? Yo, get out of here.
He should be able to run back to you.
You're on probation. You're on friend probation.
Probation is fine.
You're on friend probation. That's what it is. Like, you're on probation.
It depends on how deep in the relationship is because in the beginning of the relationship or when you first start dating, yeah, there's that whole we're wrapped up in each other thing. But I feel like that fizzles out like a little bit after the first 6 months. So after the first like 6 months, if you still not seeing this nigga and then it turns into a year, you still not seeing him.
I'm not giving you 6 months to go ghost on me. Fuck that.
Yeah.
If you're my friend, we're hanging
4
out.
years. He's been in the same city with his friend.
I think that's
what you got to understand. Pandemic, traffic, the train's been crazy.
4 years.
The phone ringing.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you know, we reached that time of year, Rory, where we got to put on our black suits and, you know, say our prayers and condolences to the New York Knicks.
No, this is the latest in the year it's ever been.
Well, yeah. This is usually a funeral is a lot sooner.
Yeah, it's not that time of year. This is actually nice.
It's usually a little chillier out.
It was a delayed funeral.
Yeah, this was delayed. Felt like a repass almost.
Yeah.
But shout out to the Knicks, man. I said, you know, even if they didn't force a Game 7 or get past the Miami Heat, the fact that they did win 2 games in the series, they didn't get eliminated at the Garden, I felt like was a success for them.
Great season.
With a love for my guy Julius to play better, shoot the ball better. But you know, it is what it is. It's Miami Heat, great defensive team with Kyle Lowry and Jimmy Butler, Bam, you know, great coach. It is what it is. But shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to the Knicks fans. I seen them ripping Julius's poster off the wall, stomping it. I'm like, damn, man. That hurt, man. It's my guy, man. Don't do him like that.
I mean, of course, he didn't play his best in this last series, but Julius had a great season, and why we're here outside of Brunson has to do with a lot of Julius's play. You can roll your eyes, Julian, but you know Julius showed up for the season. Like
he did.
We were in the position we were in
we
because
wouldn't be here without Brunson.
Listen, 15
dead ass.
Who's saying otherwise? I'm saying besides Brunson.
I'm saying like
15 and 11. I mean, you know, any other game that would have been a great game for somebody, but you know, he struggled.
Yeah, but he's all NBA.
Yeah, I mean, it's the
3 for
playoffs.
14.
It's the playoffs. It happens. You have bad games. Jason Tatum had a terrible game against the Sixers a few games ago and had 51 in an elimination game. So, I mean, it happens. It's the playoffs. Bad games happen. But overall, the season was a success for the Knicks. I think this was a great season. I think it's a lot for them to build on. I think that they're now in the talks of being one of the teams in the East that teams are going to have to go through.
Yeah.
You know, I think they're one piece away from really jumping that hurdle and getting to the conference finals. Jalen Brunson is absolutely one of my favorite players to watch right now. I think that he's got that old school game, but that lefty point guards are always fun to watch. So yeah, shout out to the Knicks, man. Great year. I don't. If I'm a Knicks fan and the Knicks organization, I don't take this year as a loss. I don't. I take it into the summer and build on it because the Knicks have their pieces in play to where they will be tough in the East for the next few years. So shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to Miami Heat though, being a 7 seed, going from the play-in tournament to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, but they probably didn't need to be that seed.
Yeah, no, I mean, but that's just how it fell. Yeah, that's how the record fell. So shout out to the Miami Heat on their way to the Eastern Conference Finals once again.
I think it was a great season. the offseason will determine how I feel about the Knicks organization. I finally feel happy as a Knicks fan for the first time.
Yeah.
But they might fuck up the offseason. For all I know, this season was just another one of those like,
I think
maybe we'll be all right moving forward.
I think they will be. I know Knicks fans y'all have that thing where y'all just never want to get too excited and look forward to the future, but
that's to protect our own mental health.
Yeah, I get it. But no, I think that this Knicks team is I think that they're going to be good for the next few years, definitely for sure. I think they have their pieces locked in, and now they just have to build on that moving forward. So it's going to be fun to watch them next year and how they build and move into hopefully another great playoff run. Shout out to the Warriors. The Lakers,
shout out they lost.
Well, I mean, shout out to them they lost, but they're the defending champions, so they their season is over. Shout out to the Lakers. I didn't think that AD was going to stay healthy this long and play good this long, but I'm glad to see that he is. The next round should be fun to watch. Healthy Joker, healthy AD. It should be interesting. It should definitely be fun to watch. I got the Lakers winning in 7. I got them beating the Nuggets in 7. But
interesting. I don't, but
I got them. Anytime you got LeBron, and then you got good pieces around him, and then you got a healthy AD. I gotta just think that the Denver Nuggets are a great team. Jokic is a great player, but I just think that experience in these games now, and we talk about the Western Conference Finals, comes into play. And LeBron James has more experience than anybody in this matchup. So I'm gonna go with the Lakers in this one. I got it going 7 games though. I think it is gonna go to full 7. So
who are you rooting for in the East?
Boston.
I don't particularly care.
I would love to see the Lakers and Boston in the finals again.
I like the Heat team, even though they beat the Knicks. I'm gonna root for the Heat.
I'm rooting for the Heat.
The Heat are a fun team. Like, I fuck with the Heat.
I mean, I fuck with Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I think Jaylen Brown is super underrated.
Fuck Boston.
Fuck Boston, yeah. But I just think that Jaylen Brown is super underrated. Tatum obviously is a star, but I think that it would be more exciting to see Lakers and Boston in the finals.
Okay, say that Miami Heat have a 4% chance of winning that series.
I would only want to see Heat versus the Lakers or Boston versus the Lakers.
The league wants,
just because Boston Lakers is just such we know the history of that.
Yeah, so right.
But
I want to see it because I'll never forget.
Other than that, I want the Nuggets
to win it all.
Fuck the Nuggets.
They're a fun team to watch too.
Who wants the Nuggets to win it all? You want the Nuggets?
We saw them live in Dallas. I have a connection. I have a connection with them now.
But we were in Dallas, not Denver.
They were playing. They were playing.
Yeah, but Jokic wasn't playing.
He was rooting for the Nuggets?
I wasn't rooting for anyone when we went to the Dallas game.
Oh.
Yeah, but I can understand if this was Dallas, you'd be like, I was
rooting for Maul to get out there safely after the halftime show.
Wow.
I want to see Lakers in Boston only because I remember when Jason Tatum dunked on LeBron his rookie year when Boston played Cleveland.
That was hard.
And the way he yelled at LeBron, it was kind of like, yo, this kid is kind of crazy. He's a rookie. He need to slow down. But now seeing the player that he is, I think that he wants that matchup. So I think that'll be fun to watch. So I want Lakers Boston.
Heat Nuggets would be an okay finals?
Heat Nuggets?
Yeah. If you look at the other, whatever the lowest percentage would be.
I don't want to see that shit. I think the Nuggets would beat the shit out of Miami.
I think the league would milk the Celtics Lakers like you would not believe. It would be the biggest spectacle.
Oh, they're gonna bring Larry Bird to them courtside.
They're gonna bring out crazy, which would be fun.
Celtics. Oh, they're gonna bring out all the old Lakers.
Magic Johnson.
Yeah, this is the one you want to see. You want to see Lakers Boston, and hopefully we do get that. But I think it'll be fun either way. Both of these conference finals will be fun to watch. I see everybody saying, "Oh, stop saying the bubble was a fluke," because these are the same 4 teams that were in the conference finals during the bubble. That was 3 years ago.
Different teams,
totally different rosters. Like it's no. This is not even the same. It's the same teams, but it's not the same teams.
Yeah.
Last time Lakers Boston's played in the finals was 2010, and Kobe did his thing.
But they played a few times within that era, though. No.
Yeah.
And the Celtics had the big 3 and.
No,
Kobe's Lakers. They played
not in the finals. Once, that was the last time they played in the finals. They went back to back. I think they went 2009 and 2010.
2008. Okay, they played in the finals.
Okay,
that Boston Celtics.
Yeah, so 08 and 2010. Yeah, I felt like there was some overlap with those teams.
It's that game. Speaking of struggling, Kobe struggled that last game, but he went out and I think he grabbed like 16 to 17 rebounds. Like, he wasn't shooting it well. I think I remember that. He wasn't shooting well, but he went out there and he grabbed a bunch of rebounds, and Artest definitely, Artest hit the last shot to seal the game. But that was a fun series to watch too. But yeah, man, hopefully we get Lakers Boston. Hopefully Lakers, but again, we got to slow down, get past Denver first, because you can't just, they're the number 1 seed, so they not somebody to just gloss over and just kind of skip over the fact that, you got to play them and beat them. So it'll be fun to watch Jokic and a healthy Anthony Davis. So let's enjoy that. Shout out to the Knicks though, man. Great year. Build on it this summer and get back next year and fucking get to the conference finals.
For sure. Brittany Griner had her return preseason game. I'm going to be watching every one of her games as the American that I am.
Yeah, the patriot that you are.
Patriot.
I have to make sure that this trade was worth it.
Yeah.
She's got to go double-double if we got her for the Merchant of Death.
Yeah.
Average double-double at least.
No, she has to win MVP this year.
Yeah. Does a double-double average equal 1 nuke?
It helps. I don't know if it equals it, but it helps. It's like, we traded you for the Merchant of Death. So you better go out here and kill everybody this season. So,
and I think I'm being really liberal about it by saying double-double. You might need to surpass anything Russell Westbrook did with averaging a triple-double if we're trading you for the Merchant of Death.
Yeah.
And you did not need to be there. I totally understand that, but
yeah. All jokes aside, though, we are
10
happy
points,
that
3 boards.
That's preseason. She played 17 minutes. I'm not counting.
There's no preseason in world fucking dominance and firearms.
Yeah, sure it is.
Like, don't put
There's
that
no
on her
preseason.
jacket because
There's no preseason in genocide.
She didn't tell them niggas to trade her for the Merchant of Death.
That's
They
true.
made that.
She sure didn't tell him not to make the trade. She wasn't there like, oh, guys. I mean, I know I'm glad to see y'all love me and want me back in America, but this guy is dangerous and should stay in prison. She didn't say that either. So, but no, all jokes aside, we are happy that Brittany Griner is home and she's back to, playing basketball. And hopefully she does have a great year. And the Mercury win another one.
Did you guys see the statement she made? This is just randomly talking about her, made me think of this. She said she's becoming like a trans activist in terms of sports. It's been like a hot button topic, obviously.
Don't say hot button to me.
A hot topic in sports, whether or not trans men that are now females can compete in women's sports. And she's vocally said she's all for it and has been an advocate about it. And it's got a lot of people mad.
I saw that statement and again, people think what you want, but you don't want your daughter to get into sports and be competing against a born male athlete, especially if it's a physical contact sport.
Nobody sees you.
Nobody want that. Like, nobody wants that.
It was a film.
Also a comedy film.
Like nobody wants that. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see fucking, my fucking daughter get ran over by a born male. Like you don't want that. Like women should compete in women's sports, men should compete in men's sports. That's it.
People be so busy trying to say the right thing. I ain't even.
And I also feel like weed should not be traded for all the firearms in the world.
Fair.
Weed, you said?
Yep.
2 things can be true.
That's
Two
true.
things can be true.
2 things can be true.
Yeah. What you got going on for the rest of the week, man?
I'm around. I'm in these streets. I'll be in LA next week, so trying to get a lot done.
Woo.
But I'll be outside.
Gang, we outside.
LA
squad.
I was gonna say at the beginning of the episode, but I'll say it the next one. I got some music coming next 2 weeks.
I'm happy about that, man.
So,
the album is great. I'm excited for people to finally get it. I know they've been waiting for it.
There'll be some stuff on Friday as well.
Yeah.
So, you'll get that, and I'll do my proper promo, but we can save it for the end of the episode.
All right, cool. So we'll be back in a couple days to kick it with y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoy the week. Be safe out there. Be blessed. I'm that nigga. He's just Ginger. Peace.
NewRoryNMal.